welcome to the day after Halloween, everyone. Yeehaw.
Nice. Yeehaw, indeed.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Welcome back to East Texas University, and thank you, Twitch, for telling me that we're streaming.
Oh, thanks, Twitch. Are you unmuted?
I'm muted, or I'm unmuted on here, yes.
Okay.
I checked the sound ahead of time. It can be confirmed. We're speaking.
Proud of you.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, I always forget too, so
I know.
until you say
Muted in the outro because it's like, they don't want to hear us while we're trying to catch up or get caught up halfway through whatever, and then suddenly, it was the next stream.
you're gonna get it backwards once, and then like we're gonna go into the outro, and they're gonna hear us just rambling about the stupidest thing.
Oh yeah, most likely. But still, that's okay because it's time to gather ingredients for a seance on All Hallows Eve or some day beforehand. This is all taking place during a semester, so you learned about it about 4 or 5 days before Halloween. You don't have to do the seance on Halloween, but it is an option. But
Okay.
yeah. Last we left our heroes, they had solved the issue of the various fire runes that were placed around the gymnasium during freshman orientation. They got settled into their routines as students and did various things such as becoming a teacher's aide or getting aid from a tutor, or was it a teacher's aide, one of the two, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, there was one where we
Am I
become a
muted?
teacher's aide, and then there's one where we are aided by teachers. Like it was weird. The sentence was flipped.
How
Either
dare
way.
you, Jonathan?
No, I might have all my the things are saying the sound is going.
The things are saying the sound.
The bars are going up and down. I have Twitch muted off to the side to make sure it's all going well, but I can turn it on and have Twitch muted off to the side. No,
Ray
I'm
may just
speaking on there.
Rhea may just have their volume all the way down to troll us.
Hopefully,
That's pretty funny.
Right.
And I respect that.
yes. But I have confirmed that I myself am on there, and you'll probably hear a brief bit of me again while I'm testing that, but that's okay.
Nice.
Our heroes were able to take their midterms and pass.
Da, 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 da.
L'chaim.
None with
Barely.
flying colors, so you probably all got B pluses, maybe an A minus, or some combination of the
C's
fact.
get degrees, yo.
C's do get degrees, and this is a combination of all your 4 or 5 whatever classes midterms. So you probably excelled in some, and then you passed others or something of the like. You get hit with a raise, then you're doing really well. Yes, and then
Jacob has disappeared.
oh no,
For me.
What? Oh no.
oh no,
I can't
For
see me.
me specifically.
no, Jacob's
No.
frozen.
I've disappeared to me.
Oh no.
Oh no,
I can't. I hate everything.
this is the ghost's first victim.
It's all right. Keep going.
Yes.
I'm here audibly.
Yes, indeed. So we, through Harrison's connections through Professor Glenn Mack, she was able to figure out that there was some sort of refurbishing or reconstruction project going on in the Roost, and the workers who had been working there had been reporting various ghost sightings, or rather, things going missing, things going flying, maybe some spooky voices in the night, vague things. And in doing so, it was gifted with a
Yes, quickly.
couple ghost hunting equipments, I believe, or at least you were given the option to come back and fetch some from Jackson, and also with a shopping list of ingredients to perform a seance.
Yeah.
What were those ingredients again?
They were, said the unmoving face. I'm a really good
Tooth of a
ventriloquist.
kitten, a dirt from a fresh grave, and holy water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave and come back to see if this helps, so our picture's going to jump for a second.
it'll be fine.
It'll look beautiful.
I already look beautiful.
How badly could it go?
Right?
There we go. We'll bounce, and then I'll transfer back.
Survey
Moment
says,
of
hey!
Hey. Good.
Okay, that's enough attention for me stealing.
Yay. Love wins.
Over the course of the half week or so leading up to Halloween, or waiting till afterwards, up to you. How are you all obtaining these various ingredients?
Oh shit, I didn't brainstorm at all.
That's fine. Group.
Well, y'all send me to go and speak with that there priest on campus.
Yes.
Ah, the Reverend. Well, I can go look him
Reverend
up.
Michaels.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say he's mentioned specifically in a different section of the book, so I have to go scroll over there. But yes, Reverend Michaels. All right. When are you gonna go try and contact this man? How are you gonna try and do that in the mystical year 2007?
Gonna use my right fancy right hand to go knock, knock, knock on the church during church hours.
Well, during church hours,
Yeah.
you'll probably hear a service of sorts going on. So various singing and or prayers or something of the like.
And then I'll go right on in, and I'll be that awkward person that stands in the back.
Ah,
Good.
yes. You standing in the back. Turns out you're coming in about 2/3 of the way through a 3-hour sermon, not sermon, mass. So you get a nice little. You're coming in during the sermon, so the Reverend's talking all and on about being a good person and also helping out others, both through good works and financials and the stuff like that, and just also, and just
During service?
during service, and then shushing someone for having their phone on. But eventually, the mass would come to a close, and what do you want to do? He's packing up. So he's shaking hands with everyone and whatnot on the way out the door. Passes by, gives you a tip of the non-existent hat.
Hey, Reverend.
Well,
Reverend.
Reverend. Well, my friends call me Michael, but I'm Reverend Michael. What can I do you the pleasure for?
Now, Reverend Mike, I was under the impression that y'all know how to sanctify some water to make it holy.
I mean, of course I am. It's part of the sacraments I believe that I have within my power to do so. It's something that's used for mass and the like. Why are you curious about the process or something of the like?
I y- yeah, you can say that. I was hoping to maybe get a hold of some myself.
Ah, interesting. But don't you worry about that none. It's people who are supportive of the church can possibly procure something like that. If you catch
Oh,
my drift.
good sermon you had there.
As well, it was a wonderful sermon, and I'm supportive of the message that you bring across.
Takes his hat
Help it.
off.
Y'all know I'm a college student, right?
I do know, but everyone has to find it in their heart to give every now and again.
God, you guys sent the wrong fucking person to do this.
I was about to say, I'm so mad I did not go do this.
You did not argue with that, so it's more the right person than me.
That's
Give him
fair.
$1.
Give him a penny.
I'll give him a quarter.
You hear the little tank of in the hat and just like, now my child. It's just might be insulting that you think that a quarter here can help out all the fine people of Pine Box right here. We help out with the poor, we help out with the needy, the hungry. We also need some repairs done in this here church. So there's
Right,
some
then where's my assistance? Because I am a college student, therefore I am poor and hungry.
and you haven't shown up to one mass yet besides the one you showed up to right now. But I can direct you to the soup kitchen, and if you ever need a work, I can help you out so that way you can help us out so I can help you out. But seeing as
Actually,
you're
that last part don't sound too bad. What all
what all needs doing?
words?
Well,
Yeah,
again,
thank you. Mentally.
no worries. I mean, getting up on a high ladder and respackling parts of the ceiling that are having water damage and the like seems a little bit outside your purview, given your situation.
God didn't exactly grace me with the most effective
But
tool to do so.
he chooses his toughest battles for his toughest soldiers, and I believe you are going to be a fine soldier one day. I believe that's what you're doing, just considering the get up and the lack and the attitude. So, you think you can repair some water damage, or you think you can help out with a little more than just a measly little quarter? I mean, come on, child. People get more than that every service.
Fine, I'll give him. I'll pull out a $5.
He raises an eyebrow, shakes the hat just a little more.
Now y'all are pushing your luck.
Yeah, I'm not the one who's in need of some holy water.
You know, for a priest, you might. What the fuck is going on with my computer? Sorry, I just got like a bunch of Kaspersky.
Kasparsky?
Yeah,
Kapasky?
Capri
Either way.
Sun?
Yes.
Capri Sun. Sorry.
Please sponsor us.
It's been forever
Capri
since
Sun,
I've
please
had one.
sponsor us. Now, this I ain't the most religious type, to be quite honest, but this
It
thing
shows.
seemed to. Yeah. Well, it takes one to know one.
Mm-hmm. It's a mighty fine comeback here from a man who still needs holy water.
Fine, I'll give him another $5.
Ah, what a generous child you are. So, come back in about 10 minutes. I'll be getting you a gallon jug.
A gallon, Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
So,
I mean, yeah.
well, actually, say first he would. I mean, more. I just have to finish everyone shaking the hands of all the elderly who are still making their way out the door. There are quite a few steps in here that occasionally need repair. So, in about whenever I'm done with that, stick around and I'll get you your gallon. So, he'll be.
Sounds good. I'm gonna be like the obnoxious person that is like clearly within view the entire time, just like the.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And he's going around shaking the hands of all the elderly, those who need the walkers and the canes to go up the slow slope that goes down into the auditorium, or up the slope, I should say, and eventually getting out the door of his big old, not quite mega church. This is definitely more like a school auditorium.
A mega
like,
church.
It ain't a mega church, no. But it is definitely bigger than your average. It's like it's a school auditorium, honestly styled in a similar fashion too. And just has a little bit more fanciful.
Just a super church. We're at least 3 steps away from mega.
Yeah, super. Super
It's like
would be
top secret clearance.
Yeah. But he takes his sweet old time. He flashes you a grin every now and again. But then you see him go back and go behind. There's a curtain that's blocking like the latter half of the stage and whatnot. And you hear a almighty loud of our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. He's making a show of it. And he comes back with a gallon jug. It's a glass jug, puts a cork on it, and just like, all right, my child.
Not the growler.
Oh yeah, he got the growler holy water.
Amazing.
I don't know if those are normally a gallon, but close enough.
They are now.
Yes, they
A
are.
growler?
Everything's bigger in
Close?
Texas.
It's close.
Yeah, close enough. But you have a gallon of holy water. It's like, I do hope you come back and support us some other time. Bring your friends. Bring your parents. Hands you off your gallon.
Your friends would deck this man in an instant.
Now, with respect, I don't think none of my friends are gonna be coming along. See, they'd be sweating more than a hooker in a church.
Ooh. But if you believe they can be saved, you can always bring them in. Have a wonderful day.
You
my
know what? I
child.
promise you to maybe not maybe. I promise you to pass the wood along, and whatever they choose to do is their business.
That indeed it is. Again, have a blessed day, my child.
Right, can I also roll a vibe check to see if he's like just fucking with me on the holy water?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Do you have?
I would have pretended to test it somehow.
You can. I was gonna say you can roll spirit. I'll say it's a -2. It's definitely not the normal vibe. Because again, notice would be the more normal like insight kind of roll. But again, if
Charisma's his job.
yeah. I mean, you can. He might have some good persuasion. He might not. You don't know. But you know, this man has a real sparkle in his teeth whenever he smiles.
I'd prefer
45
notice if I
dentists.
could,
Oh
but
yeah, notice if you're trying to figure out if someone's lying to you. The whole vibe check thing is a house ruled, more of a spiritual. I don't
yeah,
know.
I just want to see if he's like
Do you-
lying.
Okay, I was gonna say the spirit check would be more like, do you really think Jesus is in him?
Okay, what did you say the minus was?
-2.
So that brings me to 8.
Ah, very nice. You can see with confidence that this is definitely the holiest of holy water that he could procure. You don't know how long holy water stays holy for, but you got it. It should be a decent while. But this man is not lying to you in any way, shape, or form. He's giving you the God's honest truth.
I'm gonna set down the jug and be like, offer the hand
He'll give
for a firm handshake.
He'll give you a harder handshake. Roll strength.
No strength, shit.
And then you shoot him 4 times.
And then I shoot him 4 times.
Only 4.
Do I do
Not
the
shed blood in the
D6
house
with
of
this as well?
God.
A D6 as well. Take the higher of the 2.
4.
He only rolled a 3, so you give a slightly firmer handshake. It seems he was caught slightly off guard, because he just makes the assumption in his head. Oh, it's only one hand. I mean, how strong can it be? Oh, hey, yo. He gives you a harder smile. You can see a little bit of wince in there as you clearly do get the upper hand.
But only one.
I'm gonna give like the slightly like patronizing like the
All right.
I didn't like his attitude.
No, that's understandable.
This is why I don't go to church.
Well, not all of them can be like this, but this is a reverend in the deep south, and I'm making my assumptions however they may be. So,
No comment.
you have a little more than 6 ounces of holy water. I don't know how many ounces are actually in a gallon, but
A shit ton
A
more.
lot.
all right. You got a lot of
8
holy
ounces
water.
is a cup.
You got freaking growler.
You got a growler of holy water.
128 ounces.
There you go.
Excellent.
Trial and error. We have room. We have a margin for error here.
You have 21.
Mm-hmm. So, what about the other 2 components?
I just pictured Marshall walking back. And, whew, it's hot out here. That's good stuff.
Hey, it's the spot. It's sparkling.
I believe you were getting the grave.
Yes.
Yes,
And,
I was in charge of dirt.
Harry Gahurdy was
Yeah, I had the kitten teeth.
yeah, you had kitten teeth.
Oh no, Ray actually found a holy water growler on Amazon. How much
What?
how much did I
Fantastic.
undercharge, Ray? Update us.
I have a holy water flask. I
True.
brought it. I snuck Jin into the Ren Fair with it.
Everything. Ray, I am waiting literally like on the edge of my seat. Yeah, on bated breath. Thank you. Baited was the word I could not think of to know the price of this.
But also,
Don't ruin it for me. Don't ruin it for me. Not available for Prime.
the shipping on that.
Rude.
Classic religion.
Oh,
This is 2022 money. So I guess
Oh.
$10 in 2007 money is still nowhere near that price. But
yeah.
the book specifically asked for $10, and by golly, you're giving me
By golly.
you gave me 10.25, so I'm gonna take it.
Go 1025. We
That's
go by
true.
the good book.
Go by the good book. So, but yes. So, how are you procuring freshly done dirt?
Yes. Okay. So, I have to look back for a name. Yeah. Dr. Lisa Cormus is the site department head that I got a connection with, right?
Yes.
And so I wanted to talk to her and mention that I'm interested in the psychology of the people who do the graveyard thing that I can't think of the word.
The graveyard tender, the grave digger.
No, the people who run the funerals and stuff.
Funeral.
Morticians.
Morticians.
Morticians prepare the bodies. The funeral director would be more for, I guess, the actual. That's more for the wakes, and I guess for the burying itself.
The Undertaker off the top rope.
Ah, yeah.
Just that
It's a shame
sort
you
of.
hadn't spent your bennies. I would have given you one.
Oh.
Too bad. Alright.
So I'll mention I'm interested in the psychology of those and that general things, and see if they can get me a reference so I could maybe go talk to someone and see if I can help with the thing.
All right. So, To utilize your connection, you have to roll a persuasion roll. I'm going to say because you're getting into the interests of your connection, it'll be a easier roll. It'll be a +1.
Okay. Lost my dice. Just grabbing a handful and hoping. Persuasion.
It's the hat.
What about it?
He's made us go in the tune of do 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 like riding a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny how your dice rolling around kind of sounds like Spurs.
Spurs, yeah.
Little jingle jangle. Though, I'm also just going to preface this with, usually a connections roll does require a streetwise to see if they're available, but because the time constraint isn't there, it isn't as tight as what would be like, I need to contact the police chief right now to get some muscle in to hunt down this bounty today. I'm going to forego that check because we can assume you'll be able to get in contact with a professor at some point in time within the next few days. If you need them that night, though, you're going to have to either streetwise or some sort of other applicable check to see if they're available, essentially. And then the persuasion is, can you not fumble over your words and make it sound like you're trying to ask for weird things instead of just asking for, information about how to get into the minds of gravediggers and the like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fortunately, Keri did not work a 9.5-hour shift, so she would be better than me. Okay. And you said what? A roll +1?
Persuasion +1.
4.
That's a success.
Yep.
Yes. So you go into her office and you sit down and eloquently propose, or not so eloquently as the way that I Keri as ought to do, but still in a fascinating way. You ask about the whole how people are affected when they deal with dead people all the time. She thinks for a bit and all right, 1 second now. She's gonna go mousing through one of her little black book and something like, and just kind of give you another 1 second. Turns around, gets on the phone, just like, all right, okay, yeah, I got a student here who's interested in. She's got a project that. No, she's not interning at the graveyard. No, not this one. All right, no, she wants to interview some of y'all. Can you find some available time? Or there's no funerals today, right? There's a funeral today. Okay.
That's fine.
So it's she'll turn back around. All right. So they won't be available until about 6 o'clock, give or take. So you'll have to wait till after dinner. It's not too long before the lights go down, and there's only one guy around afterwards. So it's a slim window, but as long as your car can make it there, they're a little way outside of town. There isn't one right in the middle of town. So just
that's fine.
Yeah, that's good. Good. I'll give you the contact information, and here you are for Stevens. It's a Mr. Stevens is the one who he takes care of he's the one in charge of the others. Like they're a bunch of guys who do the digging and the like, but that's not with the excavators nowadays. It's like it's probably not going to have quite a bit big of an impact as those in the 1800s who had to dig everything by hand, and also had their graves robbed frequently. That would have been an interesting interview, but
absolutely.
Still, the one he's the one who is in charge of formatting everything, and you'll be able to get a good series of questions there. Now, what's your hypothesis on the situation? I'm curious about what this kind of research paper is going to be like.
Remind me what his name was again? Sorry.
Mr. Stevens.
Stevens. And he's in charge of just...
He would be, I guess, a director, or he'd be the head, not gravedigger... It's the position's going to be blanking on me until like 2 hours from now.
Yeah.
But he is the one who's in charge of the groundskeeper.
Crypt keeper?
There might be crypts there. The groundskeeper, Mr. Stevens, would be the groundskeeper. If they had proper crypts, he could say he is a crypt keeper.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know if that's the case. Though also, this does give a nice little thing to say that since it's a little bit outside of town, we haven't rolled up your vehicle yet. What kind of vehicle will Keri have?
I don't know. Something not new, but practical that'll last forever, kind of like what I've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Whatever, like it could be a 90s or early 2000s
Honda
car.
Civic.
I mean, sure. It's probably a Civic.
Yeah. And then because you got a used vehicle, draw me a card.
Oh no.
Pick a card, any card.
Yeah.
Oh, do I do it in the thing?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, I think you can draw off that deck, so draw it out onto the Ravens. And if you want to, you can do a real life card too. I trust you. But there. So a 9 of hearts. So your trusty car is it pulls to the left. The tires just never align right. So you have a -1 to driving this vehicle. A driving check only comes to play if you're in danger, if you're trying to do a stunt. I'm not going to ask you to do just drive.
A stunt in my Civic.
Yeah, stunt in your Civic. Or it's like, yeah, if you want to do a quick UE or something, it would be a driving roll. If you need to do a sharp turn. If you're going 30 in the 30, you're not going to require a driving roll unless a deer jumps out in front.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do know that I hit probably 5 deer in my last Civic, and it still worked perfectly up until 210,000 when I needed to replace something that wasn't worth it. So, I'm not worried.
It's a lot of deer.
It was.
That is
it was
a
a
lot of
bad
deer.
year.
That was 1
I had
year?
a rough time. Maybe 2 years. It
Still.
was. Yeah, they like driving home from D&D after midnight, out past the farms, like an hour away from work, kind of a deal, and with woods and them jumping out and bullshit. It was.
Should have got some hunting tags. You could have brought those home, made some nice fantasies.
Didn't have some hunting tags. Did have some fur in one of the cracks in the car, though.
Oh, that is a shame. Though, speaking of it, it's fall then. That means it is near hunting season. So draw me one more card. If you draw clubs, a deer's going to jump out.
Oh, fuck.
Got him.
Let's not. We're safe.
You're safe. With a 10 of hearts, yeah, no deer to hop out in front of you. You have a nice, pleasant drive over to the graveyard. And the Pine Box Graveyard, like, it is a good 45 minutes outside of town. There's a distance to it. But it's in a remote area. There's fields all around. No real forest nearby, but it's if you drive around farmland, you know that there's those little copse of trees and whatnot in there to try and like block wind flow or something like. So there's small groupings of trees all around, but it's not like the graveyard itself is surrounded. It's up on, but it is up on. It's on a Texas hill, so it's not a big hill. It's on but you can tell there's a bit of a raise to it, and at the very entrance there is a very interesting, very big monument to something, but. It is a fenced-in graveyard still, and near the main entrance there is a larger house of sorts, and that's where you can assume that Mr. Stevens would be.
I would make sure to try and get there early just in case, but
Oh, yeah. Well, if you get there, let's, if you want to speed.
Not that much.
Okay.
Staying under 7 over.
Smart. I had a brand new coworker who got pulled over twice in the same day on his first day because he was going 8 over. By the
My only ticket I've ever gotten, I was 9 over.
Oof.
Going downhill.
Oh,
My only ticket was a parking ticket. I was on my own street.
That doesn't count.
I've never gotten a ticket. I've cried my way out of 1 or 2, though.
I'm still angry. Like
That's valid.
It was like 14 years ago, and he waited until I got to school and then pulled me over in front of the school to make an example of me. And your boy don't. Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
No worries. So, yeah, you get there. You get there about 15 to 6 then, if you're not risking a drive roll, and you can the last of the you can tell there's any partitioners. Any of the people who were there for the burial itself must have left, and then you still have a worker or two who is kind of milling about the parking lot itself.
Okay.
Yep,
What's going?
You got men in their work boots, and they got some high vis vests on because there is a excavator back there, so it's quite easy to figure out where they just were.
Convenient. I note that in my brain.
Indeed. So how are you going to do this?
I don't know if there's somebody at a desk if I go in or what.
The door itself is locked.
It is locked?
Yeah.
I will talk to a vest person.
All right. What's up?
Howdy. I'm looking for a Mr. Stevens. We were supposed to meet.
Yeah, just knock on the door there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Knock, knock.
And then, slowly but surely, you can... I'm coming!
I'm Stevens, not Shirley.
Could be a Shirley Stevens.
Could be. We'll find out.
I'm coming!
I believe you.
You get a good 30 seconds of waiting. And then what looks like an older gentleman comes to the door. He opens up. He's definitely seen better days. He's wrinkled. You can't tell about how old he is, but he doesn't have a cane yet. Or maybe he should. He's got a little bit of a hunch going to him, but he's looking up and, howdy, you must be the one that the professor was speaking about.
That's correct.
All right, come on in. I just had some hot cocoa going, so because after a dig, I like to treat the boys with the cocoa, but no one wanted this time, so there's actually a cup left over for you. Come on in the kitchen and whatnot. And this plate, well, the downstairs is meant for presentation and the like. So there's big open rooms, lots of chairs where there could be open wakes and all that stuff. And but back behind there's an employees only door, and then behind that is what seems to be what you can imagine as the most traditional old person home. Doilies and everything smells like old person, or it was bought 40 years ago at least. And he's got mothballs. He's got the ye old, very sooty gas burner that was just turned off, but you can kind of smell that. But
multiple ticking clocks that all have different times on them.
Yes, none of the ticking is synchronized, so it's and eventually, like if it wouldn't reach 6 yet, but whenever 6 comes around, you can already anticipate a cuckoo clock is going to come on out.
Or 3.
Well, one, then the other, then the other.
Yeah.
One is one of those clocks where every number is a different bird, and when it turns that time, it does that bird's call.
Oh, jeez. Most likely. I mean, what else can he? Wide open fields like this, there's got to be birds aplenty.
Rest in peace, great grandma.
Oh.
I assumed that was a direct pull.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so he sets you down. Just sit on down the table right here. I'll get you a mug, and then you can ask me whatever questions about the psychology that you feel like.
Sure.
Psychology.
He toddles on over. Yep. Get you a mug of steaming hot cocoa. Even though it's fall. It's fall in Texas. It can only be like 70 out.
Hot chocolate is a year-round drink, Sean.
It is a year-round drink. Yes. And this stuff is made with just a little pinch of cinnamon you can smell.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. No, savory with the cinnamon. But go on. But yeah, he sits you down and he gets his own mug. He's blowing out though. So, what do you need to talk about? What's your kind of questions about all this stuff that we go on here with?
Well, I was just curious. I was, considering, no pun intended, digging deeper into this a bit in my future as in college. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're laughing in or out of character. I assume in because you never laugh at my jokes. You're just disappointed.
No, I laugh every now and again.
I know.
No, he's definitely got the
Good.
Yep.
So I was wondering, with dealing with such morbid things all the time, how you deal with it. What do you do to kind of distance yourself from it when you're not around here, that sort of thing?
Distancing myself is probably not the right term, I guess. I've always been like, well, first of all, my dad did the grave digging, and my granddad, he dug his dad's grave, and I think my daddy saw that, and then he was like, I can do that for other people. So, he did that for other people, but then I saw him, and I was like, I could organize that. Because at Grandmama's funeral, it was all right. But I felt, rather the wake or whatever it be, I thought it could be better. It was dreary. Everyone was all sad and looking at and listening to a song or something. But it was so slow, and I was going, wait, I could make this better. So, when I have a wake here, I request that if there's songs going on, you can have a sad song or two, but you gotta have something at least slightly up-tempo or something like. I get like, people gotta celebrate life. They can't just wallow in death. So, I, for one, just want to make people's lives, or rather the loved ones of those who have passed on, to have a better time while they're here. So, I don't distance myself from the death. I become a part of it, I guess, or rather, I celebrate it. I don't wallow. Sadness is, you're wasting your time when you're sad. You're gonna be happy. Happy when you're happy, or something of the like. Yeah.
I like that. Celebration of life type thing.
Oh, yeah. I think they do that in Mexico there. They got them the Dia de los Muertos or something of the like where they get the candy and whatnot. I always have a bowl of candy at the wakes, too. It's a nice hard caramel. You want a nice hard caramel?
Oh, you think it'll melt in the hot chocolate? That sounds real nice.
I've never put them in the hot chocolates. Give me just a second. He's gonna take a good 30 seconds to get out the door, get down the hall, grab
I will
some
entertain
candy.
this own man. I'm cool with it.
He's happy. He's unfortunately, you're having a much happier time, a much more celebratory time than that Marshall fella. Sorry. But yes, he goes on, and that's his philosophy. He's consistently there. He wants to be celebrations. That's why he loves the flowers. He loves to people take care of the flowers. I water the flowers every day, twice a day. It's there to make the graves look pretty in case anyone wants to come back and say hi.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I got a business idea at my grandmother's funeral. It's the most painfully accurate.
Phenomenal.
That entire thing was so accurate.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Huh. Also,
I'm empowered.
That's why I was laughing.
That's fine. Well, still, yeah. What else about your questions? So that's how I stay with myself. Stay good spirits. What else? Like the other workers, they seem to sometimes treat it as a 9 to 5, and that's okay. Some of them do distance themselves, but they just do the digging. They don't get involved with the family members and everything.
Right, and that's some of the things I was thinking about going into in the future, so I appreciate that outlook. I agree completely. Celebrational life.
Oh, if you ever need an internship, I could probably arrange something, I think. Depending on, but it's unpaid, of course. But, I mean, if you ever need some hours or something, or just how to see how it all goes, feel free to come on down. I can tell you when our funerals are. Well, after asking the family if it's okay.
Of course.
Yeah. But, I'm happy to help someone else in the business or going to be going in the business.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
I'd probably just entertain him for a bit. However long he feels like talking. I assume a lot of people don't want to hear it, so I'll just let it happen.
You're there until well past nightfall.
That's fine.
Probably the first indicator of, well, besides it going dark, the next time indicator is your stomach growls. Yes, you had hot chocolate, but it's like 8:30 now. If you had an early dinner, it's starting to wear off. If you didn't have dinner, you're now experiencing late dinner.
Yeah.
Supper.
So, all right, as we're wrapping up, I probably would have mentioned that I had been talking to my friends about my interest in this. Now, I just had one more question, and it might sound really stupid, but I have a friend who's like super into that kind of supernatural stuff, if you know what I mean.
Oh, the dead don't rise.
No.
That's what I do. I make them happy so they don't come back. Or something like
Yeah,
that.
I like that. Something like that.
Yeah.
Either way, I agree with you. But my friend is trying to do this little ghost project thing, and she just really wanted me to get fresh dirt from a grave. Would you mind if I got just the tiniest bit from whatever y'all dug up today, and then I will leave? I know it sounds silly, but she was so excited about it, you know.
Well, you gotta tell your friend that chasing ghosts is nothing but hogwash. That's the right term, hogwash. Now, if you're chasing after something like the Needler, that's a monster there that's been creeping around these woods for years. That would be something. If you could catch that, you'd be on the news. You'd be get TV shows and all that.
That'd be exciting, yeah. Well, I can tell her you'd say the dirt is more for catching the Needler than ghosts if you think it'll help her.
I don't think it's gonna help someone like that, but also, I'd have to ask them. No offense to whatever your friend does, but I'd have to ask the family. This is kind of my personal thing.
Right.
Tell your friend that in the nicest way possible that they are a strange individual for wanting someone else's freshly dug dirt.
Well, it'd be
Grave
hard to
dirt.
get your own if you're dead, right?
That's what you're supposed to have friends for, I guess. But if someone ever requested that during a service or something, I'd oblige. But I can't give you someone else's dirt. As
Oh, I
weird as
understand
that
completely.
sounds,
It don't sound that weird, I promise. I think my question sounded weirder.
but they own the. I get, yeah. I mean, that to be fair, they do own the plot as soon as they buy it. For sometimes years beforehand. I've had people who have plots for some 30-some years before they even kick the bucket. But still,
Wow.
anyway, so yeah, unfortunately, I need written consent from the family. If I can give you the numbers, you can give them a call. But otherwise, I cannot give you someone else's grave dirt unless they are a family member or someone else that you have written approval or a phone call or something like that from.
Right, of course.
No,
No worries. I appreciate it.
All right.
I will take that contact information just on the off chance, although I will try not to bother them. I promise that as well, you know.
He's caught up in thought of, ah, I'm not sure. That's a little. I'm not sure they want to be disturbed so soon with a question like that so soon
Oh,
after
that's
somebody's
fine.
passed. I apologize that it's
No
something
worries.
difficult to get pre-written consent for something of the like, but I just again I don't want if word gets out that I give their people's numbers away.
No, no, no.
Okay.
Your name will be left out of anything. I promise that.
It's true that if you can get their number some other way, that's fine. But I'm sorry. This is
No,
this
not
is
offended at all. No problem.
Okay, I'm glad you ain't the easily offended type.
No, no, of course not.
Okay. But if you ever have more questions, I'll give you my number.
Perfect.
It's honest. It's the same one in the book, but just what's your name again?
My name's Keri. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, Keri. I'm Stevens. I'm Carl Stevens. It's a pleasure to make acquaintance with you.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Although, to be fair, the questions that come up, or the phone number that comes up is just going to be the one for this building here. So, I mean, if I don't answer, you just gotta ask for me, and then if I'm not in the middle of something, I'll be able to answer it for you. But if I'm in the middle of a wake, I gotta put
Of
it
course.
off. Yeah,
I understand. Thank you very much.
no problem. That hat is on me a lot tighter than I thought it was.
It's fine. I'm thinking that sometime during our long conversation, I probably would have asked how frequently funerals happen there.
As frequently as death greets us, which isn't, I won't say it's every day. I mean, if you check the obituaries, someone does pass away almost every day, but that's for the greater county area. And there are quite a few graveyards within this county. And Pine Box County, I can only assume it is. It's not the capital of the county, but I'm just going to assume it's Pine Box County. Pine Box County it's a big county. There's wide swaths of land. So even though there's only about like 5 major towns in here, each one has their own funeral service. So the obits it's hard to find. You don't always get someone local.
Right.
Pending tragedy, maybe once a week, give or take.
Okay.
We have the finest pine for our pine wood boxes for your various grave needs and the like.
And then I guess do I remember, have any students died, or has there just been some weird shit?
Well, that would be, at least I can say with confidence, since you've been a freshman, no.
Okay.
I forgot it. You're not one of the townies. Well, they're not townies either technically, but you were the one who was from out of town.
Right.
Right. So unfortunately, you'd have no idea otherwise.
Okay.
You could
I
easily
have
you could
friends who I can ask.
yeah, you could ask some friends or access like the research library archives, something like that, if you ever felt like it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he still escorts you. I'm sorry, it's getting late. I gotta have a little bit of dinner before bed. But dinner, then ice cream, and then The Price is Right reruns, and then bed. Or no, it's Jeopardy. Jeopardy. It's on late at night. Price is Right's only on around 11 o'clock or so. Yeah. But here, I'll show you the
Mike
door.
is sweet.
Cool. So he walks me out
He walks
Of
out
the
to the front
building?
door. He walks out to the front door. And, have a wonderful night. Have a safe trip home. Watch out for all them deer that are going about right there.
All right, much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, good night.
Okay.
He waves good night. His lights are still on. What you want to do?
I'm assuming since this is public grounds, it's like a closed after dusk type deal.
It is. Yes, that probably should have been something where, oh, give me about a good, just drive on out. I'll close the door, the gates in like 10 minutes or whatever it be. Just take your time.
Thank you. Gotta figure out how to get home, but we'll figure it out soon. I remember most of it.
You only got 2 ways out. You either go east or west for about 15 miles before you hit anything.
Fair enough.
Hope you choose the right way.
Me too. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Less things than I wanted, but old men are hard to talk to.
Oh, priests.
How close was the grave to my car?
It was in a decent ways. It wasn't up near the vast monument. It was more like halfway up the hill and on the, not the far side, but if you were to top down of the graveyard, you'd probably say far east or mid-east side, and you're on the south side.
Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't be easy to yoink a dirt?
You think you could just waltz on over and get it, you think? Or you might have you have the option of trying to do it a little more subtly.
What kind of roll would that be? Stealth?
Yes, it would. Of which, because it is either past dusk or the like, you get a bonus on because you're trying to stealth in darkness. It's not quite pitch black yet, but it'll give you a +2. At least I think. I was going to say November 1st, 8 p.m. I don't know. Oh crap! It's 10 p.m. So I don't know anymore. I didn't pay attention.
It was sunset before 7 today.
True. So if it was pitch black, you'd have a +4 to the stealth, but then you're going to have to track the grave. Well, you're going to have to find a large object in pitch black darkness unless you're going to use your lights, at which point you'll be canceling out your darkness bonus.
Right.
But also you're trying to find an excavator in the middle of the night, so it's not, that'd just be a base notice roll even in the pitch blackness. Yeah.
Yeah,
but you could still
trip.
You can still lose it, or yes, you can trip on a grave or something.
Leah, let's try to just quietly walk over.
All right, then. Roll me that there stealth. But you're at a +4.
Seven.
All righty, then. As far as you know, you think you'll find for whatever might be watching.
For at least once in a while, as I'm kind of moseying over, like looking at the names, looking at the dates, moving my body to make it look like I am inspecting names and dates, kind of a deal. Just like looking at what names are here and stuff. History.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, and then roll me that notice.
Notice.
To find the excavator in the darkness.
5.
Excellent. With a 5, you have to squint a little. You think it shouldn't be this hard to find something so bright yellow in the middle of the night, but it still takes a little bit of concentration, and you're also very carefully going around graves. You're not tripping over every which one. So you see it, and then you carefully make your way there. You think you got some time to spare. What are you storing the dirt in?
Ziploc bag in my pocket. Always keep a couple.
Good idea. You can crouch down, get a little bit of dirt in there. And as you lift your head up, you see that it takes a little bit, but in the distance, just beyond the fence, you see some yellow eyes glowing in the darkness, looking right in your direction.
It's close to Halloween. I don't want to make any noise, so I'm gonna ignore it.
All right. You gonna be on your way then?
Yeah, I'll like pay attention to if they get close to my car or try to follow me, but otherwise, nah.
They follow the fence line. So as you're going towards, basically, you're on the eastern. I was gonna say I have roll 20. I can just give you
Yeah.
a really good visualization of. Not that, not that. Here we go. Draw shape. So you're in the graveyard, and then you yourself have found your way to the eastern side. You see the yellow eyes on right along the fence, and then as you travel back towards there, it is following the fence line, kind of like that. So by the time you yourself are back towards the fence or back towards your car, you do briefly lose sight of it at just around the corner. But yeah.
Car on, let's go.
All right, darn shame you didn't have the difficult to start car. That would be a great moment right now. But no.
Oh no, I did in college actually.
Oh.
I got stuck at a 3 a.m. final pizza delivery and my boss had to drive out to my car.
Oof. That's not fun.
No, it was a bad time. I was so mad.
Oh boy. But grave dirt in hand, Mr. Stevens seems to be none the wiser as he smiles and waves you out.
Pocket.
Seems he's got a some sort of remote control for the greater gate. It's one of those ones on wheels that slowly will slide shut behind you.
Uh-huh.
And then again, you're at the road, left, right, left, and then you look back just to see one last flash as the yellow eyes blink out right near the edge of the fence.
I would have looked to make sure a figure did not go inside the fence before the gates closed.
Those are brightly lit, so you're confident nothing has gone within the gates.
Okay.
But you do know east is the way back to town.
That's good, because and didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just also just saying get east because that's the direction
I would have
prefer.
remembered which way I turned into the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not going to get lost on it. You're not going to get easily lost in the back roads attack. Well, actually, you could, but
Back roads. If there's no other roads, we're fine.
yeah, this is one of those there's no other road situations until again like 15 minutes in. There's maybe a crossroads, and you know that you turned at that one. But you just have
I
to
would
head.
have maybe driven. East is the way that the eyes were.
Yes.
Also. And if I'm driving on the right side of the road, it's the opposite side of the fence, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll take out my digital camera, throw my flashers on for a hot second, and just take a picture with flash before I drive away.
Okay. I was gonna say these are digital cameras at least. Okay.
I looked up the price and I had taken that out, and
Yep.
I did mention having it before.
Oh yeah.
So
No, that's very reasonable. You get a quick flash, and when you look down to see what it is, it's quite a bit of a blur. It was movement there, something along the fence line that, as it seems the flash happened, it was darting back towards the way it came from. It's hard to tell what it was. The colors, the yellow eyes aren't there, and the colors almost blend into the background, but you can see the smear of movement that is just the slightest tint more than what you have.
okay,
Okay.
I'm going back.
All right. You go on back, and you have an uneventful drive on the way back.
That's good.
Night roads are empty. Nothing else seems to jump out of the car as you drive on in and come back around like 9 o'clock, give or take.
Cool.
Cool.
Good stuff.
So how's Harrison getting a kitten's tooth?
Well, I finished sneaking into the graveyard.
All right, good, good.
I never asked what color Harrison's eyes were.
Bright yellow like a monster's.
Y'all got any lamps? No, I guess at that time, the first thing I do is I just bike home. I'm,
you do probably have a vehicle as well. It doesn't have to be a bike. You can. The book does basically award everyone who is not.
We each get a shitty car.
Yeah, everyone who's not poor has a crappy car.
I have access to my dad's car, but I don't use it intentionally.
Reasonable.
Mm.
Your dad's car is a pretty darn good car. You know that one doesn't have any weird hindrance quirks. You know it has bonuses on it with the way he's. Well,
there's this current car, and then there's the one that the sheriff referenced.
Yes.
The one from the good old days.
The car TM.
The car TM, yeah.
Capitalized.
Yes, the one that hasn't been driven in quite a while.
Yep.
Plus it's stick, so like who knows how to do that?
I do.
I know.
Before I could walk.
I believe it. All right, baby.
So
Getaway time.
I will.
The baby's driving. It doesn't matter if I'm drinking, officer.
Johnny, I said
Baby
stay
driver.
with the car.
So I bike home. I'm sure it takes a bit, but
A fair bit. Yes.
I'll pull into the trailer park and park my bike where I normally do, where it's not easily accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. I like to think we're not the first trailer there. We're like back to the left a bit, you know.
Just a little bit, but enough that you're not at the entrance.
Is Dad home?
You can hear the TV on.
Okay. And how long what time is it roughly? Like, how long did it take me to bike home from the university?
Depends. It could be any time of day because you could have done that at almost any time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what time do you want to be home?
Whenever Dad isn't.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Well, I thought I was, but turns out he's here. So, probably early afternoon.
Okay. So yeah. It's 2 or 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Give or take.
So I'll just kind of mutter a cuss under my breath, and so the trailer is like, it's a double wide, and it's on top of just a foundation, like just a normal, which is then on top of cinder blocks. So it's not, it's you got the steadiness of the foundation, but you still have to be raised up, so you don't get into the dirt into the dirt when it rains and such. And so there's like some home brewed like stairs that walk up to that foundation. Mm-hmm. And it's what's underneath is blocked off like it's a fence, but with like really thin wood. You could probably punch it and knock it out, but it keeps critters out. And
for the most part.
Depends on the critter.
Depends on the critter.
Squirrels seem to get over them and be hanging out on the roof every now and again. You got some deceased or dying tree above it, but still drops acorns every now and again, and they need them nuts.
Yeah, as long as it's not like rats or anything.
That's fair.
Or
they're wondering how the raccoons get in the trash can every night.
Oh yeah,
they're smart.
As long as the raccoons don't mess with the trailer, I don't mind them being down there.
Mm-hmm.
They're friendly critters, but and one strangely friendly critter. And possums, they don't want to bother nothing. But so seeing that also Dad is home, also adorable, yeah. I guess I'll try and get into that fenced off area without making any noise.
All right, roll stealth.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
You're good. My stealth is Right. All right, I rolled a 4.
All right. You're able to, what you think is competently, get over the fence, but as you're trying to kick off at the last bit, you cause a little bit of a creak, just the slightest bit. But you hear a stirring within the trailer.
Oh, soup.
Okay, now I've got to get back out and sort of. I'm going to try and get to the bottom of the stairs before he gets out, or maybe before he can look out the window. No, TV's probably in front of the window, so just to get to the stairs, so it looks like I just stepped on the steps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the usual drill.
The usual drill. And
mad at myself for.
And you see, there's the man you know all too well comes to the door, and there's a bit of a. He opens it up, a little bit more force than necessary, and his head kind of bobbles a little.
I was gonna ask.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Okay, so it's just sort of a
What is it?
oh, you're home early. Do you
Have
need
to.
anything?
Yeah. No. Do you?
Uh, I didn't. I was gonna check to see if the cats had had any kittens under the trailer or if any had gotten in. I know they were in the bathroom last time.
I had to get him out of the bathroom. And there's 5 of them now, I think.
5. Okay.
5. They're under. If they're not underneath ours, they're underneath the other one. Neighbors.
Okay.
Because last time I tried selling them, the sheriff came by and said that's illegal. Without a license.
Do you mind if I check? Or I know you're. If you're trying to sleep, I can wait.
No, I am not trying to sleep because I'm awake now.
Right.
But yeah, it's do what you need to do between the two, as if the raccoons hadn't gotten to him yet.
Right.
But
Okay.
I think I got rid of those guys. A good rock will get rid of them.
Right. Okay, I'll check. Thank you.
Hey,
Just like
Harrison,
that gets the eye contact. Just sort of.
how are classes?
They're good. The teachers are very outgoing. I'm adjusting.
Is the sheriff giving you any trouble?
I think he tried to spook me a little bit by name dropping, but I already knew he was there.
Okay.
Uh,
You tell me if he gives you too much trouble, okay?
yes, sir.
Good. Stay smart.
I should say I was lying to him about playing it cool, like, because the sheriff absolutely terrified me.
True.
Should I?
Yeah, that'd be a persuasion roll.
Yeah. Nope. All right. So that's there's a penalty to that.
You get a -2.
Yep, if it's untrained.
Okay, but it's still a D4
Yep, D4 and
Okay.
a D6. Take the higher.
-2. All right, 6 total.
Well, dang you and your rolls of exploding die. So, because he rolled a 5, so he.
Wow.
So at the end of that little comment and whatnot, before he says for you to stay smart, you have that little stare down where you know he's trying to see if you're fibbing.
And I'm not leaving until he acknowledges. I can't, or else it makes it worse.
Yeah, and then after that, 2-3 breaths. All right, stay smart.
Yes, sir. And I will quickly, but not. I won't show that I'm rushing, but just quickly, but also just.
He waits for
Go
a couple
back underneath.
steps and then closes the door behind him.
Okay, we got any mama cats under the house?
Oh, there's one mama cat, and it looks like there is, of the kittens there that you heard of, 4 of them are hanging out around there.
Okay. They've been there for a bit, so that's the reason I volunteered for this part is because I'm sure a couple of them have lost teeth. I don't know if I have to get close or if the cat is friendly or not.
Well, let's see.
Ask Sophia.
Sophia's asleep, so mama cat's asleep right now.
Yes. Noise.
The kittens are not. The kittens are prowling out and about. Again, as much as I've grown up with cats, I've never.
I was gonna see.
Yeah, I've never dealt with lost cat teeth. So
You usually don't have to.
Yeah, usually don't have to. So I'm guessing that you're not gonna be in the mouths. You're gonna have to be searching the ground itself.
Right. They're probably close to the mom, just because they are close to the mom.
Combing the dirt type
All right.
deal.
Yeah.
Comb the desert.
Yes. Notice at
If you were
-2.
taking this too literally,
He said comb the desert.
Ain't found shit.
It's on our list.
It's a classic.
So good.
I don't understand what we're referencing.
Oh,
Spaceballs.
the reference.
Oh, okay. I saw it
That's-
once,
yes,
but I was not sober and don't remember any of it.
It's worth
Oh,
it sober too.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. We'll do it.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. Notice at -2, though I should introduce you can take time with things. For every
That's right.
whatever with the additional unit of time, whatever the time unit is, if you double that, you get a +1. If you do that again, so if it's a half-hour task, it turns into an hour task, you get a +1. If it turns into an hour and a half task, you get a +2. Within reason. There's some things you can't go slower on to make easier.
Right.
But this is one of those things.
I guess I'll take time because he knows I'm down here and there's still some daylight left.
Yeah, there's enough daylight. If you want to, you can basically spend most of the afternoon hanging out with the cat and trying to, while looking for it in the meanwhile, to get a +2 to that notice to cancel out the penalty.
Okay.
Yeah. So roll notice as you take a good couple hours just to look for cat's teeth.
With some cats.
3.
With a 3, you've gotten, it's just, you search in the immediate area and you just get nothing. So you don't know if they've been scooped up by something or what.
It's Benny time.
It's Benny time.
That's
then
fair.
do
We're
it.
pulling the Benny lever.
All right.
Benny.
Yes, the sound it makes.
Yep.
That's a 5.
Hey, that's
That
enough.
counts as a success.
That is a success. So,
Thanks, Benny.
yes. And you are rerolling both die when you do that, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because, yeah, you reroll everything, but you still take the higher, so you can't crit fail on a Bennied roll.
Right.
So with that, you take the full time. The mom wakes up, but also, I was going to say, if you kept
Once again.
If you kept the failure, I would have said the mom would have gotten ornery and would have tried to scratch you and all that stuff.
Ow.
But she's calm enough.
I've been down here before.
Yeah. See, so she's letting you search around, and is at the end of the day, you got dirt on your pants and whatnot, but you've found a couple, 2 kittens' teeth.
2 kittens' teeth. All right. Oh man, I'm glad they were under ours and not the neighbors.
Well, so you do notice. Well, since there were 5, you do notice that they are traveling back and forth between the 2. So
Okay.
mom's nesting near your house, but the neighbor's house is they're going in between the fence or whatever is separating trailers.
They set out cat food.
Ah,
They're that couple. They're that couple that's just like, well, I saw this nice cat outside, so I set him some food, and then it's just there for 7 years.
Oh yeah.
So,
I was gonna say my neighbor's like that, but then again, their cat is an outdoor cat, so it's personally. I have to bang my
to
car.
each their own.
Yeah, to each their own.
Yes.
I have to bang my car to make sure it's not hiding underneath there,
Yeah.
and I don't
Poor
want.
babies.
I don't want that to be an unfortunate thing one of these days. But I've also only grown up with indoor cats.
It's true.
Yeah, so by the end of the day, everyone's got various ingredients.
We did it!
Where y'all
Holy
meeting up?
shit.
I'm walking back to my bike with we didn't say where to meet up. Oh,
Fortunately, 2 of us live together.
well, true, yeah.
And you should all have normal cell phones at this point. Oh.
Except for me.
I should. How much does a Nokia cost?
2007? I'm going to Google.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even going to try and guess.
Part of me
Actually-
thinks it's less than 100.
What about a BlackBerry?
The Walmart like pay for your minutes ones.
Oh, the
You
burners,
could get for less than 100.
Yeah, you could get those, but
Survey says. Let's see. I know what it looks like, Google. How much was a Nokia in 07? No, not the fancy one.
well, there was the N series Nokia that was $750 to $800 apparently. But no,
If you
that's
got a BlackBerry Pearl in
350.
2006, it was $200.
200.
That seems to be our cheapest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have
Well,
a
in
BlackBerry.
2006, we've had a year's depreciation.
I was gonna say 150. 150.
150 for the BlackBerry. I'll take it.
Yeah, 150.
Sold.
Actually, keep that money and I'll just take it out of mine that I got for the semester. We'll just say that I paid you back. It makes more sense that you got that. Keri got
I
it.
was getting myself one too.
Oh, cool. Never mind. Ignore me.
But okay. I probably would have told you to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm also getting this cell phone.
Okay, that's reasonable.
A BlackBerry. What did you? Just had
It
in
is
front of me.
a
Pearl.
BlackBerry Pearl.
Phenomenal.
High fantasy, guys. High fantasy.
High fantasy, everyone.
We're all getting Blackberries in 07. My dad
friend
is
who
so
still
jealous.
has a BlackBerry now. That's yeah.
My dad is legitimately excited that they're remaking the Blackberries.
Yeah.
Really?
Because they have the full keyboard still.
in the clack.
That's why my friend still uses it. He's never stopped.
Hey, to each their own.
Mm.
But all right.
To each their phone.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you're all able to call one another up, and how are y'all planning some of this?
You calling.
Yeah. The text is still an option. Yes. Back in
Harrison.
2007, we weren't as scared of phone calls.
Yes, we were.
Harrison text like. I think autocorrect is just becoming a thing.
Well, T9 was
with
a
like
thing.
T9.
Unless
And
it's
so,
like,
like-
the fill in the numbers or hit the numbers to make the letters. That was kind of an autocorrect.
T9.
Yeah,
That's what-
that's
What's
T9.
the name
Yeah.
for it?
And so like occasionally
I had that
words
shit
are
memorized.
like have they're capitalized, the first letter's capitalized on accident, or a punctuation mark is missing, or words it's like
The
but-
wrong word, but the right keys.
but she refuses to not use good grammar, and so like it's correctly constructed, but some of the words look wrong. She's never used a phone. So
That's fine. I still could probably use T9 in my pocket if I needed to this day.
yeah,
Impressive.
probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so I guess we just we get some biscuits for Marshall.
I guess. I mean,
For all of us,
like,
not just Marshall. It's
if
an
people
excuse.
don't answer text messages, I would absolutely be the override friend of, I'll just fucking call them. It's fine.
No, it's
So-
you text me and goes, why you texting?
Oh, does Marshall not text? No.
I like
I like that.
That makes sense.
Police officer.
It's hard to text with one hand.
I like my answer better.
Two things.
Two things can be real.
Cool.
Okay, so
Also, each of y'all owe me $5.
okay.
Why?
I don't even ask.
I had to spend $10 to get this here holy water.
So shouldn't we each owe you $3.33?
I'm giving you $5.
I'm counting
Wait.
emotional damages for having to go into a church.
Then we're even.
You know what? That's fair.
I give you another $5 to make for Keri.
Why are you every character you're giving away money?
It's really funny.
Look, I just like to be helpful. You know, if you have the means, you should. It's your duty to society.
Ah, yes, it is, my holy child.
Billionaires should not exist.
Amen.
Ain't that the truth?
Cool. So what date is it?
I'd
Yeah, how
say,
close are we?
yeah, you were about 4 days away, so it was the 27th. So you're at late night 27th.
Good
Okay.
band name. Yeah. Okay, so we don't have to do it on Halloween. It just is an option.
Mm-hmm.
So
You don't know what the consequences of summoning on All Hallows Eve might be.
Or of not?
Mm-hmm.
Bonuses and negatives to each, I assume.
I think that's the actual conversation we're having. Is the Harrison's just like, I mean, I know it's kind of cliche to do this on Halloween itself, but I don't. I feel like that would be it's a cliche for a reason, right?
Right. Here's the thing I'm trying to figure out the past couple months. Why are you trying to do things that you're afraid of all the time?
Ain't never could get as brave as me without doing a little things that make you uncomfortable.
I'm
You can take that cop out literal if you want. Thank you.
I'm just saying. That was a great pun, by the way.
oof.
I was pretty proud of that.
I was going to say, have a Benny.
I think I'm at 4 out of 4.
And the well, I mean, what's the other choice? I can't just sit here and do nothing. College is expensive.
Fair enough.
We're paying for this for years.
Did Keri get a full ride?
Not full.
Okay, I was just checking.
I was going to say, it's difficult to get a full ride. If anyone got anything, it's going to be half at most, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here on a sports scholarship.
That's
True.
true. Yeah, you are technically on a sports scholarship.
But it's definitely not a full ride sports scholarship
No.
because it's not football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yep.
But this was probably one of the Pine Box probably has one of the premier shooting teams, so that way they were like, okay, we'll take a couple grand off each year as long as you're maintaining your grades and whatnot, something like that.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
I have a knowledge local question.
Mm-hmm.
How good are the Pine Box Ravens football team?
Well, it's a. I don't know if this is a D1 or a D3 school. I'm gonna assume a D1 school. It's a big school. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I think there was listed somewhere in here that there's like 50,000 people at least.
Division 1 FCS.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
So I'm gonna say they're what they like to call a reloading year.
Yeah.
No,
We don't rebuild in Texas.
No,
All
you
the
don't
good ones graduated.
Yeah.
Not all the good ones. That was 2 years back. They made it to
All the ones with assault.
Yeah, maybe. But
And we low sodium this year.
maybe no. We're building up the freshmen coming in. We're gonna get them next year. But
Gotta
we're
get them reps.
Yeah, exactly. 2 years ago, they made it into the regionals.
Sure.
It's been a
Are
long
they-
time since I've done sports.
Are they technically a junior college, or are they like a legit like University of Texas university?
ETU, so East Texas University. So it's got to be a legitimate university. It has university. in the
Okay.
name. That's how it works, right?
Yeah. So absolutely.
Sure.
No, they're smaller, so they're probably in like what's called the Group of Five, which are the conferences that don't normally get the big national TV games.
Right.
13,000 undergrad.
Okay. So it's not as
And
big
then-
as I thought, but still, yeah.
Yeah, so they probably in like the Sun Belt or the American or something. So if they go like undefeated, they might get like a big national TV, like a New Year's Eve kind of game.
Okay.
But from what you're sounding like, they probably go like 9-6 on a good year, or
2 years ago, they managed a 12-4.
Ooh, okay.
It was good. They had a heartbreaking defeat against one of the. I don't know if there's a tournament of sorts or what that.
I
Or is it
could
just the
spend
bowls?
a whole thing trying to explain the bowl system. It makes no sense. We were probably in like the Cheez-It Bowl or the Music City Bowl in Nashville or something,
Okay, but that was the big thing 2
Yeah.
years ago.
which has then been sold and is now the GatorTractor.com tax bowl.
Fantastic.
Somebody sponsor us
Somebody.
for me remembering all that.
Gator Tactor Tracks. But yeah, 2 years ago. Oh yeah. What? Sorry.
Cheese it.
Oh
Yep,
yeah,
Cheez-It Bowl.
Cheez-It sponsor us. Yeah.
Preferably cheesy, yeah, it'd be great.
But yeah, 2 years ago they made it big. But then they found out that year they made it big, it was all seniors. Last year they were struggling to get a winning record. They think they're going to get a winning record this year.
I feel like we lost to like a name school that's not very good, like Vanderbilt. Like everybody knows who Vanderbilt is, but they're terrible at football. So they probably, but
But they lost to them, so it's like everyone's going, "Oh, we were getting
but we
better."
made it. We made
Lost to the West Texas Fancy Fingers.
it. Never. You already lost by competing in the first place.
It's an arts college.
We lost
It's
it.
an arts college.
Oof.
They have a team,
Yeah.
but it's just there for show.
It's got Rancy on the side of the helmet.
Oh no.
They somehow won a single game.
And the refs were very clearly on their side.
Oh, yeah, they were like blatantly
paid.
bought.
Yep. With art money, I guess.
Or more likely, they were related to one of the players. I don't know. I don't know
Also,
how
yes.
possible. Like again, there are games where I definitely go like, "Come on now, that has to be something." But part of me is like, "But it's on
officiating-
Officiating, yeah." But
It's very hard. It's very
difficult.
difficult.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, there are some where you're like,
Come on, buddy. But I'm also only exposed to the NFL. I don't have the time nor the interest for the college teams and all that.
again, I would just spend way too much time.
I've learned so much in such a short period of time.
Fantastic.
It's interesting.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs then. But no, go Ravens.
Yes.
But yes, we got on
well.
this. For some reason, we got on that track of the football
Because
team.
I'm a Southerner. You're talking about football. That's fine.
Ah, yes.
Continue.
Go
Yeah,
Eagles.
you don't know the consequences of doing something on Halloween. There might be ways to research that.
We could ask the professor, or we could ask Jackson, whose phone number I assume we have at this point.
You got Glenn Max and the professors, but from the semester's worth of experience you've had, You know, Glenn Mack is one of those that just doesn't pick up.
I'm gonna text Jackson.
All right. Jackson texts back in like sometime within the hour. But what do you ask him?
Jackson.
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 I'll tell him
No.
we got the things. Are we supposed to do stuff on Halloween? Do you think it'll help whatever you're trying to do?
I'm surprised you're the one texting me LOL, but about the spooky stuff. But
Surprised you are.
yes, it is you are. But Halloween is good for malevolent spirits. Wait, yeah, that's the evil spirits, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are more likely to come out on the Halloween. So
He says that like old people talking about a road. Yeah, just on the 611.
the Halloween. It must have autocorrected to the Halloween, something of the like. But
It's fine.
so
Sure.
depends if whatever is in the roost hates people or not.
It's all one run-on sentence.
Oh, absolutly.
Oh,
No
Harrison's
punctuation,
disgusted.
no capitalization.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I texted.
Yeah,
So
this has been a whole.
it depends who you are contacting.
Who contacting?
Yeah, I guess I'll just be doing my own. I assume I have just like books and notes, in my own little corner of our dorm,
Well,
like just stacked out of Keri's way. But it's impossible to be out of the way with them.
I'm sure we have the beds bunked because we both have a lot of books.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have the means, you could use that investigation.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I guess I would use investigation.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause, yeah,
I'm sure I did that.
I'm trying to remember if you all, because the only one who might have a name would be Keri, and I don't know.
Yes.
If you do have the name.
Oh, that's right.
Hold on.
Honestly, I don't think you told us in character.
Nope.
Marshall, how interested are you in
Not at all.
the? So Harrison's definitely like doing that thing where she hyper focuses, but she's still talking quietly, and you're just kind of the soundboard where it's just like, and then this, and it could be this. She's really thinking out loud, but just the fact if you're just going. Mm-hmm.
Now, Marshall is the one who's like sitting upside down in the chair, right? With
Yep.
like the legs up here, throwing like a baseball or some shit.
I checked.
Oh, also I forgot Jackson. Just tell me when going. I'll join.
'Kay.
I'll join.
Ill join.
Ill
Ill
join.
joy.
Oh yeah. I'll do the classic late 2000s KK.
Okay, go.
Oh.
Yup.
And even back then, I did like the stupid potassium joke.
Oh yeah.
He says KK in return with a smiley.
Of course it is.
Very important.
Mm-hmm.
How does he write out his smileys? Because you have
puts
to
it
write them out in
One with
note
the
7.
nose.
Yep.
He puts a nose in it.
Oh.
So it is the colon dash parenthesis.
Like, Harrison doesn't, like, throw a fit or anything, but she just stares a little longer whenever this kind of thing is mentioned. Like, it's just looking up from the book. Just like,
And he put a smiley face in it again. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, surely it's got to mean something. Like,
My name's
What's up?
Keri.
he puts smiley faces in like everything. It's kind of weird.
I think it's some stupid compulsive need to...
I had a friend who still texted like that up until last year when he died. It was like 5 smiley faces. It was just instead of a punctuation, it would just be like colon parenthesis at the end of every sentence type deal. It was funny.
Brings me back.
Thanks for
Right.
texting, Smile.
Okay.
So,
I'm just trying to figure out if in character I would have connected the name with this.
Roll for it.
Oh, okay, yeah, this would be a good reason for smarts.
Would it be smarts or spirit? Because like,
It'd be
if
smart
I
to connect the
believed
dots.
in the
A
supernatural,
smart spirit.
I would like. If I believed in the supernatural, I definitely would have put it together. I just don't.
So I would think smarts would be like logically putting something together.
So yeah, I'd say I would say smarts. I'm not sure how spirit would determine that.
That's fair.
Sounds like a yes.
9.
Yes, that name itself does speak to you, even though because it stands out to you only because the fire was so quick. As much as you did logic it away as a quick burning thing, that scene did play out in your head, and also the fact that you swear you almost saw her face during your dreams.
Oh.
Would not knowing the name in character yet, I don't think you didn't tell us it.
I don't know if Glenn Mac said it. I know she said it to me, but I think he only said it when he was with me and not with everyone else. So I don't think they know it.
Okay, so would I roll for investigating, or are we just saying I'm flipping through stuff?
I was gonna say it's well, if you don't have a name or something to lead on, it'd be investigation at -2.
Okay.
Name's Hazel.
Not quite.
Haha, no.
Yep.
That's a total of 0.
You're just spending time leafing through and just looking for ghosts and Halloween and
In all the wrong
I
places.
feel like I should
Um,
roll just for fun.
if you want to basically do your own investigation. Every time Harrison throws aside a book, you pick it up.
that's what I was
Pick it up
gonna
and
say
leaf
next.
through.
I accidentally threw my dice too hard and it bounced out of the roller. 1 second.
Yeah, take your
Okay,
time.
you're good. We've all been there.
Yup.
It's one of those things where you see other people do it and you're like, how does it do? Like, how did you do that? And then you
And
do
then
it and you're like,
goes and somehow it's like across the room 2 days later.
yep. It's on like a 6. And you're like, oh, that's
I got a
disappointing.
mighty 0.
Yeah, you're as much as Harrison is laser focusing, looking through pages, just nothing.
You're reading the books upside down.
Oh yeah, you pick it up, 1 page, nothing. Pick it
Yeah,
up,
it doesn't
1
catch your
page,
interest.
Nothing.
Yeah, this cover's boring.
Oh,
Toss
but-
that.
When you toss it, it always lands in the same place because you've got such accuracy.
Oh, it
yeah.
stacks.
Oh yeah,
Stacks in the corner.
Yeah.
you throw the
So I
open
got
book
a
and it
10
closes.
in agility.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're gonna operate on the assumption you can do a fun
It just
party
goes
trick
on
like
a-
that. You're not even closing it when you throw it. You just kind of in one motion maybe close and toss, and then it lands.
Yup. It's like the opposite of flicking the cap off a wine bottle.
It's like throwing a cap onto a wine bottle, but without it screwing on. It just lands on there, so it's impressive, but
Still
not
good.
impossible.
Yes. In the same fashion, I will probably be looking through whatever books are discarded by the others and use the name, hopefully.
If you have a name, then yes, roll investigation with no penalty.
Okay. Is a trained D6 better? Oh no, that's an untrained D4 plus 2, so the D6 is better.
Yeah.
Or D4 minus 2. Yeah, I was gonna say investigation is the only thing that really would apply to this.
Well, because I have a temporary plus 2 to knowledge occult,
Ah,
Ooh, that's right.
I'll say that.
but it's untrained.
It is untrained, so it would just be a D4. Yeah, you'd be attacking it from a different angle essentially. So
Yeah.
you can roll that. You can roll the knowledge call after you roll the investigation for the name specifically,
Okay.
which basically trains
That
it.
works. Gotcha. That makes sense. I rolled a 5 plus 2, right? So 7.
Yes. So what happens with the name itself is that as much as you're going through research papers, as much as you're going through books on the supernatural, the thing that finally the thing that finally catches your attention is a yearbook, an old or not it wouldn't be a yearbook, but there'd be some sort of not newspaper. There was some sort of history book of the history of Pine Box. So that for some reason popped up. And by your looking through it and all, something that the other two looked over, and you find an obituary. You find an obituary for a Nina Castle, who passed away after an accident in the Roost sometime back during the year 1950. Sorry, 1940. Six or seven. I gotta double check that real quick. But yeah,
We're in 2007. If
you are in
you're trying to land on
2007.
a.
So
Okay.
yeah, passed away a
Didn't know if-
while ago.
Didn't know if you were trying to land on a multiple of 5.
No.
An accident?
An accident, yes. They don't seem to go into details on the accident that you find, but an accident.
Well, might have found something in this one. Someone who died after an accident in the Roost or something. It don't go into detail, but Nina Castle.
Okay. Get my notebook. It's out of reach. Hey, notebook.
Oh, sorry, it was 1947.
47. Okay.
1940.
47. Yep.
So,
Okay, so it was 60 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Does it say when in that year?
It was definitely pre-Halloween, but it was during the school year. So probably during the spring. So towards the end of the school year of 47.
okay. All right. So, I guess I would ask, like, if it says anything else about her, like. But if you said it doesn't give a lot of detail.
At least the detail to the death. Otherwise,
Okay.
it comes across as, she was a wonderful young lady. She was left by her, has a mother, father, no sisters. She was on the swim team, etc., etc.
Okay.
Good grades, all the niceties you can give a passed away student.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess I would, taking the name, then. Oh, okay. I have a name.
And now we search
Yeah.
other things like newspapers and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go back to get my books and see how they're stacked, like next to Marshall. But okay, wait. Oh, that's very impressive.
That ain't no thing.
Yeah. Do you mind if I'm just gonna and just like, almost mournfully like taking it down and taking the books back to the spot.
If we can't find anything here, library, I assume, has old newspapers and records and local stuff.
Definitely.
So, looking back through the exact same thing I just looked through, but now I have a name.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it'll take you more. You're basically spending the majority of the next day. I'm guessing the 28th, just researching.
Okay.
Because yeah, this is a thing that takes the investigation roll itself takes an hour or two. So now you're going to
Right.
go back through for another hour or two and look specifically through for Nina Castle.
Marshall's gonna go to practice.
And Marshall wave off goodbye as he goes on to practice.
Because I gotta do that as a sports person.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, you do.
Be all in 3 hours.
If you're lucky and practice
Yeah.
ends on time.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Do we re-roll then for investigation?
Well, you yourself have already rolled for this specific Nina Castle investigation, but you got that information out there. So now Harrison can roll for a Nina Castle investigation.
All
Okay.
right. So that's just with no penalty, right?
Yes, with no penalty this time. And if you want to occult it, though, you can basically look for occult surrounding her, in case there's any news on that.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, because my cult and my investigation are the same, sir.
I'll roll Colt.
Mm-hmm.
Just 4.
Okay. And which one were you rolling again? Investigation or occult?
I was doing a cult.
Okay.
Untrained is a -2, but I have the +2, so a 4.
Okay. So yeah, you both get a 4. And in doing so, you find that you're looking around, and there's of course not going to be a paper that says Nina Castle hunted zombies in her spare time. No, but through it you can kind of see that there's definitely you can look through basically like the clubs and whatnot. She's part of a few different clubs, and there was one such group called the Protectors, which is like oddly named. You think there's nothing else on it. It's weird that there's nothing else on it. So every other group is like it's computer, well, not computer club in that day and age. The sewing club, the home ec department, the cooking fundraiser, something or other. Then that goes on, but then just you see something called the Protectors, then nothing. It's just that she was a part of that, whatever that might be, in some sort of speculation paper that a different student had published. But that happens a couple different times in either, I don't know about an interview, but something of the like. Speculation.
Okay. Would
Oh, and that you also found out she had fancied a man called Jack Little.
would would Professor Rives know anything about the Protectors?
Oh, I would ask Glenmac.
I probably would too, but I guess like that previous description of my relationship with Rives, like just sort of, I'd go to ask her a question, I assume she'd be like really excited about it, and and I just stammer for like 20 seconds and then just leave to go to Glenmac instead because I don't know how to respond to this person who's so nice to me. But I guess I sort of just asked, like, we just, I saw in here this was called the Protectors. I wasn't sure what that was. If you'd heard of it, I don't know. You're the librarian, and I was just wondering if not, that's okay. I can just, I'll just go to Professor McClanahan. That's fine. It's all right. Like as I'm gathering all the things.
Trying to, okay. Okay, just let you do your thing.
Yeah, she might know something when I come back if I, work up the courage. But I'll go to McClanahan with that first.
Did you go to her by yourself?
I assume if we were in there together, I wouldn't leave without you.
So, did you know something? She's a little flustered as usual.
Well, the name pops up every now and again. But
If I can still see or be near Harrison, I'm gonna pull the sleeve.
yank. Also, sorry, I just brain fart. I know you're not asking Glenmac. Who are you asking again?
Alicia Rives.
Library science professor.
Library science professor. Yes. So,
Yeah,
the name pops up every now and again, but there's not much on. That's a kind of a blank spot. It's kind of weird. Any activity regarding it is only around the year 44 to 48. I don't see much else in the way of activity, though. And then whatever that activity is, it's just more or less statements of existence. It's kind of strange, really. So whatever it is, it was, but I don't know what they did.
Harrison just, nods.
Might have been a secret society of some sort. Like, we got a couple. Well, look, we got some secret societies on campus that are not secret in the slightest. But I would not be surprised if there are some of those other ones like that do that recruitment and the like, and maybe that's how they talk about it. Like they put the name out in the paper and you ask the right people and they'll tap you or something like that.
You just have to figure out who the right people are.
Exactly. Even though I personally think that's more just a big old group of rich kids.
Usually.
But who knows? Maybe one is diving deep into the secrets of this society that we call this college here, and are looking for everything that hides underneath.
I'm noticing the Halloween decorations in the library now.
Can I vibe check that facial expression?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a weird aura, I guess you can. Otherwise, yeah, just roll notice.
Yeah, I guess it would probably be noticed, but...
Yeah, are you trying to see if she's lying or hiding something, concealing information?
Not lying, yes, concealing.
Yeah, notice.
As a maybe she does know something kind of a thing.
Yep. Roll it.
Nine.
You're confident she's not hiding anything about the protectors, but she's getting mighty coy about these other secret societies. You look around and notice that there's a paperclip that's just around the collar of her shirt. That's something you haven't noticed before.
She just really wants you to join her book club.
She may or may not have a secret book club.
Ooh. Where they read books like Secret Garden.
Oh boy.
I will. It's on her her shirt collar.
Yeah, it's just on her shirt collar.
So I'll kind of touch my shirt collar where it would be if it were mine, and be like, "Yeah, I reckon there's a few of those around."
There might be a few of those around there. And she touches that on her reef. There it is! Takes off a paper clip and clips some paper together, sets it off to the side. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I don't know if the 9 rides, but that was just I found it, or was that I'm covering this up more?
That one you're going to have to interpret for yourself.
Okay.
But Harrison could actually roll knowledge local or common knowledge on that. So just smarts.
Yeah. Okay, because I don't have.
You have the knowledge local, don't you?
No, I don't have knowledge. I have streetwise.
Streetwise, common knowledge is just smart. Streetwise is canvassing a crowd.
Okay, so I'm just doing a smarts roll.
Just smarts roll, yeah. That's
okay,
the
cool.
equivalent of common knowledge. Yep.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my thing. 11.
Sweet.
Yeah. You know that
I know it all.
You know it all. Well, more of that, you've been around long enough, and even though the college itself, you've only been on the college itself for so long, you notice that the one super public secret society is called the Shifters, and they indicate by having a paperclip on their collar or something like that. But it is definitely one. It's basically another frat. Where there are professors and whatnot who probably the library professor's a graduate from here, so she probably was part of it way back when, and it's still something ongoing. So it is a tradition. But it is definitely not a supernatural secret society. You know that it is just it's a get together. It's do you know someone who is in there? Then you can get in type of thing. And they're not going to they're not going to look for exceptional people and seek them out to improve society. No, they're just like, oh man, I want to hang out with my friends slightly more and occasionally do weird things. Like they aren't even that secret. They sometimes just walk around.
They play D&D. Just say it, Sean. They play D&D.
They don't play D&D. That's the role-playing guild. It's a very different, prestigious thing.
No, it's separate. Yeah, that's...
They're not secret. They're trying to recruit constantly.
Rho, Phi, Gamma.
But they like even the groups or the students that are present, they do occasionally do flash mob-esque type things, like just kind of all walk hand on shoulder through campus while chanting this, that, or the other thing. It's weird.
We did our secret shit in private like a normal sorority.
Yeah, and I may or may not be just saying what secret society existed on my campus way back when.
I was just in a sorority.
Yes, but yeah, no, ours was. But yeah, so the Shifters, strange, interesting, very public secret society. It's also something that like if you bring up just the name Harrison, then Keri would be like, oh yeah, the tour guide brought them up. They're basically a tourist attraction on campus, almost in a way. It's something that she's definitely a part of, or was a part of. But yeah, it's not a culty thing. It's a club.
That's funny.
It's a social club.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've solved the mystery.
I make a note of we attack her. No.
You fool! Knowledge is the greatest power.
Nah.
Oh no. She has a D20 in smarts.
Marshal has a gun.
Marshal is at shooting practice.
Marshal bursts in through the door.
I heard gun.
Somebody said gun.
But all right, what to next?
The name's Marshall.
Think we were going to Glenmac?
Yes, I think we're going to Glen Mac.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me, Glenn Mack himself. So how is everything going? What are we all finding? What's up?
Keri, I think it's yours to
Oh,
go with.
yeah, we were just trying to look up whatever for Jackson he wanted us to do, and the name Nina Castle came up.
And
The ghost of the roost, I think. That makes sense. She could be the one haunting the roost. It's apparently where she passed. That's how it is. Oh, that's going to make things easier. If you know her name, you can speak to her more easily.
Oh.
And get her to go and move on or something. I don't know. But if you can get contact, if you can get video. Oh, if you can get video of whatever's going to go on, please do. Please send it. It'll be excellent. It'll be fantastic to see a ghost and hear it talk and all that. He's ecstatic.
Respectfully, sir, if she's the ghost of the roost, why was she not suspected earlier? Are there many ghosts in the roost?
Well, the thing is with the spirits, there can be a multitude of them. And sometimes one can be more predominant. She is probably the most predominant, but she isn't there every time. Sometimes the whatchamacallits don't quite match up, the evidence. So a Nina haunting usually involves heat spikes. It also usually involves the EMF readings being higher, but it doesn't usually invoke the motion sensor. Or there's the ghost box doesn't usually respond to her, but there are other ones that will respond to like the box with a yes or no questions or something of the like.
Big lights.
Okay.
The lights, the lights will blink. But that's must be another ghost, because I believe she's the only recorded person who has been dead there. But I am personally not surprised if we built this place on an Indian burial ground.
Oh.
There's been no confirmed things, but we're in Texas.
How'd she die?
That I don't know. That'd be a good question, because
Right.
the papers don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
And an accident, as nebulous as that is, that could be anything. A basketball could have hit her head wrong and she died. I don't know. Bring a basketball if that's the case, and bounce it to see if it angers her.
Why would we want to make anything angry?
Because if it doesn't anger her, then that's evidence against that theory.
Sure.
The last thing I had is it mentioned something with the protectors. Is that do you know what that is, or is that something else we should ask her, or
Well, give me a second. I might have heard those. He's going to leaf through some of his various things back there. The protectors. They were around when there was a large spike of supernatural activity in the 40s.
Okay,
That's
that lines.
That's about the only coincidence. That has a sharp drop off after 47, but they did exist past that, so it's not quite a complete lineup. There might be some other data in there.
Okay.
Is there anyone around who was a part? Do we know who was a part?
I believe there is one person in a home.
Is it John Little?
No, I believe he had a boating accident
When?
in 47. But I believe there is one person who would have been alive during that time, at least from the school, but he is in a home. And
What type?
Like a nursing home?
yes,
or
okay, where you need the help because you don't remember things or have bladder control. He's apparently a sweet old man when he's lucid.
What's his name?
Give me a second. It's in my files.
Harrison sort of gives Keri a glance like older man who forgets things. Going,
You're making me jump out of order. Jeez.
you're welcome.
I know.
I don't know what you expected.
Oh, I know. I should have expected this. I just completely eclipsed
Didn't
the other
prepare?
things eclipsed it. No, I prepared. I just didn't prepare for you to
Fine.
get
No, it's cool.
get some of this
That's
information.
Sean is me.
No, not at all.
Basically, what happened is you spent several hours planning a big boss fight, and then they just talked to Shavel until he let them go.
No, maybe no.
Got covered in gumbo, had a good time, and left.
Exactly.
I'm not bitter in the slightest.
Not.
You're welcome.
Oh boy, but yes, there's someone who is he's a wheelchair bound. He's a nice man. It's Mr. White, Mr. Creighton White.
Wait.
But he's only sometimes nice nowadays.
Me too. Right. Were the protectors or whatever, were they in like yearbooks? Like a lot of the clubs are, right?
A lot of the clubs are. Excuse me.
Glenn, Matt, you
Me
need
too.
some rest.
No. Yes. I might have stayed up all last night, but that's. I had to see what was haunting the geology building, and it was raccoons.
Evil fuckers.
Oh, I can help with those too.
Oh. I mean, as great as that would be, we've already got the catchers caught him and put him elsewhere. The DEC guys
Okay.
are really good with that because apparently that's a frequent issue around here.
Yeah, they're good at picking locks.
yeah.
Be careful.
What?
Raccoons.
What?
They can open car doors.
You hear skittering in the vents.
I'm gonna make this old man so paranoid, but I did, like, my old car had, like, raccoon scratches on the doors. I was
yeah.
lucky that I locked it because they would have gotten in. They're really fucking smart.
Yeah.
They climbed up. We had a tent. We were camping. It was 6 feet high. Like you could almost stand up in it, and it had a rain guard over it and everything. And they climbed up inside the rain guard, up the sides of the tent, and clawed through the mesh just to get to an empty Starbucks cup inside that one of my friends had left there. Like, they're fucking smart and evil.
I
They almost stole my mom's cooler.
thought you were gonna say car, and then I was really interested.
No, they
Like-
didn't. They almost got into my car, but no, not quite.
It just occurred to me that the animal control people that they called, that's probably what my dad does to make money.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
So-
sense.
Ah.
Well,
Whenever
yeah,
he mentioned,
I was gonna say he mentioned the DEC, so it's probably a slightly different
like-
organization, but there's still
Okay,
animal
okay.
catchers. Yeah, the DEC is the rangers, the
yeah.
But there's definitely some animal control. It's just sometimes they work with the DEC. Sometimes they help. Sometimes they're the guys there. But yeah,
Fair.
I can see that.
So he mentions that, and it's like, oh, okay, and quickly change the subject. Like,
Okay. But yeah, that's mentioned in the yearbooks mostly. Not as much as like there was one yearbook where there was a picture, but it for some reason that book itself didn't make it into the records, or the page itself.
What year?
Was
47?
47, yes. There was one picture for the 47 graduating year, but of the records we have, I believe it was either water damage or something like has made the picture near unrecognizable. But the
ironic.
She was on the swim team.
Oh, fire.
But there was but the only other references we get are from the occasional donated books that had from the 40s that had like in the signatures with between, like, they're in the books themselves, like in the back pages or whatever, when their kids are signing back and forth. I don't think they really do that in college nowadays, but still, yeah, that's the only other records we have of something like that.
We should probably get Marshal.
Sure.
So, thank you, Professor. This has been really helpful.
Anytime, just anytime except for this weekend because I have to be going away during Halloween and whatnot to, unfortunately, go to a convention.
Is this
He's sad.
Oh, I thought he was falling asleep because he stayed up all
he's
last
not
night.
falling. You know, he
It's
might be
like-
tired, but no, he's more of a. He's like, Halloween.
You can always call out sick.
Not here. No. I'm responsible.
Womp womp.
Wow.
That was your first mistake.
Camera pans over. Like, apparently, just everybody on the shooting team knows everything about the ghosts, and Marshall has gotten all the information. It's just like, nobody asked.
I mean,
You know?
to be fair, he's probably going to be getting this either side conversation over biscuits, or it's easily conveyed over the course of a half-hour walk somewhere.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, and so, like, I assume we go there, like, as you get out of practice.
sure.
So, I was thinking, what? There are so many people with guns. Oh.
It's a shooting team.
Are we in uniform?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry. Uniform?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I'm assuming there's either a big. I don't know if that's a fall, winter, or springtime sport actually.
It's Texas.
Technically, it's all year round. There are different shooting events.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah, there's either going to be like a big meet probably tomorrow. We'll say tomorrow. So you'll be going out of town for tomorrow, but it's nothing too big. You'll be back by the time 9 o'clock rolls around.
I am totally okay if we have just like Marshall competing at the meet.
You can do a couple shooting rolls just to see how well you perform.
Oh, performance anxiety.
They
No,
say with a
Marshall's-
10 agility.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 agility and an 8 in shooting.
I was gonna say, to be fair, the agility doesn't affect the. It's just the shooting then.
Yeah.
Sorry, an 8 in shooting.
I was wondering if Keri said she said it was on the swim team. I think Marshall, since you're a student athlete, you might be able to get us maybe into the pool where we could see if there was anything there.
I don't know, probably. Maybe could. Usually, my
I don't
thing
think
is
they
more
shoot
for.
guns in the pool.
Usually, my thing's more for the range there, but I'm sure that does this school use like the little passes?
That's what I was banking on.
I was gonna say there's probably passes. You have access to the locker room, as long as the building itself isn't locked. So that would probably it depends all on which
Or
sport
if it
is
is.
happening when. And they did have you're in a newer center. The Roost is a crappy place. They reserve it for freshman orientation. They had some bands
Big
and the
events.
like, but not for it's a rundown place. There is another sports facility. So
Okay.
so the locker room that Marshall would be using would be connected to the new sports facility that was probably constructed within the last 10 years.
Okay, I was just thinking
Y'all,
maybe
y'all
like
talking about like this one? Because I could totally do that. Or you thinking about the
the classic one, I believe would be the term. Oh, I mean, I know it's not your
Right.
locker room, but I mean, I thought maybe you might have more pull to ask, or
I suppose I could always ask coach, or we could probably just go down there. Ain't like it's high security.
Now you don't know if it's high security or not.
It's the Roost.
Do any of the buildings have security guards, or is it just like a swipe to enter and nothing else? Everything's locked.
I was gonna say it's swipe to enter most buildings, dorms, yeah. And so if you have a friend on the inside, they can just open up for you. All well and good. You will all probably have remembered that the Roost was old enough that there wasn't a swipe thing. There were people standing at doors, and if any doors were locked, had to be locked manually from the inside.
I mean,
But you do remember that there was construction going on.
If you have to lock every door from the inside, how do you lock the building with?
Keys on the outside, so there's a keyhole, but it's not like a swipe
Oh.
key. Sorry,
ghosts.
ghost key.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay, so, I mean, the other thing we could do is just get Glenn Max, get him to write us a permission thing and just be like, hey, this is for a school project. And then, even if there's a security guard or something, we're covered.
That's
We
right.
should do that before the weekend, though.
Sure, she.
What if? Okay, okay. We can try that, and if that doesn't work, then maybe we could ask the shooting coach, or we can just go.
I'm cool with just going.
Yeah, I'm cool with just going too, but if I do great tomorrow, he'll probably be more willing to help me out.
That might be true now.
Why don't we start with that? We'll just.
Sorry, I mean when I do great tomorrow.
Of course.
Of course.
Why don't we just do that then? We just go to the meet. Marshall will kill it, and if he does, and then we'll just go from there.
Sounds like you got a plan, and sounds
Or
like
for me,
we can have a quick break before the meet.
can we run and get permission from Glen Mac before the end of the day, real?
Oh, well, I will tell you that when you get to Glen Mac, he's going to be. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the place is under construction. There's a liability. I can't give you permission to enter the building, or else I'll get in trouble if you get hurt. And they'll take away my funding for my ghost hunting. I mean,
What
for
if we
my
put
like
into
teacher or
writing
some
that
shit?
we won't make you liable or some shit?
not within my power.
Alright.
You'd have to consult with whoever is constructing the building and/or campus security.
But I think what Keri is asking is if we didn't ask you this. We never talked to you about this.
But you are right. But then if I give you permission about something we haven't discussed, that's still going to come back to me.
But we never asked for permission.
I don't have keys to that building, though.
I'm sorry, I messed this up. I'm not normally the
No, that was
talker.
pretty
I
good.
messed
You
up.
trying? It's
Okay,
good.
Yeah. I'm not the one that would pick. Jackson might have a better idea of picking up on that kind of stuff, even if it doesn't have the power to do those type of things.
We have to talk to Jackson.
I can talk to Jackson again.
I mean, I don't know if you don't have to. You're talking to me. I mean, he's going. He said he wants to go with you in my stead. So I mean, that could help out. But I really, unfortunately, because it's a place under construction, it's kind of hard for me to, or anywhere, official or unofficial, give you a go ahead.
What if we wear hard hats?
Maybe. Not. I mean, I can't give you permission, even with the hard hats or anything.
I just blink.
You might blend
We
in.
tried.
Well,
Fair enough.
I was gonna say, but Marshal.
Make sure to wear your PPE.
It all comes back to OSHA.
Always. But I have to apologize. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's fine. No worries.
Okay.
We can break.
Yes, we'll go for a quick 10-minute break, and we'll start with. We'll treat it like a dramatic task. However many successes you have determines how high you place in the rankings.
Oh man,
Oh,
It's gonna be great. It's Marshall time.
It's gonna be shooting.
Marshall time.
I don't know.
It's high noon, baby.
I'm ready to roll like shit.
All right. It might be an off day. Who knows? But you have
Was or
bennies.
not.
You could always force it to be a
You
good
got
day.
bennies. You got 3 bennies.
You don't need them for the ghost hunt.
Benny always makes things a great day.
But all right, 10-minute break. We'll be right back to at least start getting
See you soon.
introduced. Goodbye for now. Not ending stream. There we go. And we're back.
And we're back.
You two look different.
Thanks. Happy
So-
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Halloween.
Ta-da.
Go Phillies, we won.
Very nice.
Have a Snickers. Please sponsor us.
It's
I'm not
upside
myself
down.
when I'm hungry.
Oh, I am. Hunger is the natural state of things.
I'm
I was
allergic
tired.
To hunger?
to Snickers.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
I'm just on stimulants. Hunger is a myth.
Ah, yes. All right. So, we have a dramatic task about to start because we're going to go to a shooting meet.
Oh, the drama.
The precision shooting team. So, we're going to treat this the same way we did everything else. So, but for Marshal's rolls, I got to draw to see if there's a complication. If I draw clubs, then you have a complication. I don't know if there's a legal way you two can assist him.
No.
I mean, I guess we could just.
Either cheering for him or shushing the crowd if they're making noise when it needs to be quiet. Any sort of thing.
Okay.
I mean, if we could do like a spirit
Moral support.
thing,
I'll say
or
you won't be able to support him when it's already quiet, but if the complication comes up, that would be a loud crowd that you two can try and basically disable, counteract the penalty.
Mm-hmm.
So the first round. Hey, what do you know? The crowd's rowdy. So, yeah.
yeehaw.
Yeehaw. So that'd be more...
Where is this showing?
Oh, I drew it on the Roll20. I drew it right on the Ravens.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yep. Sorry, you
I
might
was
be...
too far down.
Ah, yes. I think I can shift click, which will drag everyone right to there.
Cool.
Nice.
Yep. But yeah, so the first round is at a -2. But you two assist with... I mean, persuasion would be the most accurate. You could do spirit at -2 because it's a less precise thing.
I'm getting a minus. I'm getting a penalty either way. So
I'll do spirit at -2.
Go for it. Attempt to assist him basically by... Yeah, roll to see if you assist him while quieting the crowd. Or will you become...
While you're rolling, I'm going to take this opportunity to describe Marshal's outfit with...
Excellent. Go for it.
do it.
So it's going to be like basically sweatpants, like just gray and purple sweatpants, because I imagine those are the colors of the school, like yellow, purple, and
Westchester
gray.
style.
Yeah. And it's going to be like a tight athletic shirt that has like the raven symbol in the center with like a yellow and purple like lightning bolt on an otherwise gray like shirt. And Marshall has that. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of like competition shooters have like a baseball cap that has like little attachments. So like there's gonna be for flavor
Blinders.
a Joker card right here,
Oh.
and then like an actual eye patch that goes there.
Yes.
It's either that or glasses, one of two. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean you wear glasses anyways because that is PPE.
All right. So first, what did you two roll?
With the -2, I've gotten a 12.
Oh.
And you said it without the I lost my. What did you roll -2?
Spirit.
Spirit. Okay. What was the other option?
Or
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay. I don't.
Without the
Okay.
But you don't have that, so you
Yeah.
do have
I'm what we call very bad at this part.
D46.
Yep. No, I mean the spirit. Okay, I rolled a 3 total.
That's fine. Because
Wait.
this-
Wait, no,
Well,
you
it's
were
not
doing
fine.
persuasion, right?
Well, okay, yeah, spirit. Sorry, 5.
Oh, okay. It was the spirit at -2 or persuasion at -2. If
Oh,
you're
okay, they
untrained.
are. That's what I was asking. If they were
Yeah.
both -2, so yeah, 3 total.
If you're
then.
untrained in the persuasion, which I mean, no offense
Correct.
to Harrison.
Nope.
Yeah,
Fully
absolutely.
understood and embraced.
Excellent. So
Okay,
then,
go.
with the -2, you aren't able to assist because Harrison tries to quiet the crowd in the Harrison way.
Excuse me. They're trying to
And
shoot.
since it's not persuasion, you don't even tell them, or Keri doesn't even tell them to be quiet. It's the death glare that just the group the rowdy group just sees, and like puppies, they shrink back.
No, I will stand up and just look.
Exactly.
I don't notice, so I think I'm being effective. Thank you.
Some
So
moral support.
Yep, so you'll have a grand total. That was a +3 from that, so you're at a grand total +1 then with your shooting this round.
Sweet.
Ooh, actually, I'm at +2 because I'm an athlete.
Excellent.
Hey!
Good shit.
Mhm.
I would say that one of the ways that we morally support it is because Harrison's
Actually,
very
would it be +2? Because I have a +1 to agility tests.
Yeah, that's close enough, yeah. A
Okay.
shooting test. This is very much a test of skill anyway.
I definitely spent time and surprised you. Like we showed up at the meet, and I surprised you with that.
The
Playing,
Joker card.
yeah, with the Joker card. I made you a personal one that only has one arm.
Yes.
Oh.
Fantastic.
I like to imagine it's like the one that only has the one arm and it's like pushing up a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
So
Right,
what?
and then so I'm still rolling the D8 and the D6 for this, yeah?
Yep. Take the higher of the two, +2 total.
5.
All right, that's 1 success.
Okay.
All right, next round. Same thing's happening with the crowd, apparently. You look away for a second, and then the enemy, whatever rival school is going up against right now, they're starting to mutter again once it comes back around to him. The guy before you, he had some really good accurate shots, and they're kind of, oh, look who's trying to follow that up again. They're all trying to, they're not trying to jide you directly, but their mumbling is kind of growing as people are trying to outspeak each other. So again, y'all gonna try and help them
Yeah.
out.
Same again?
Same again.
Thing. Yep.
So, spirit -2 is 6 total.
Okay, so +1. And from Harrison.
3.
All right. So, but with the other pluses, with the +2 you have right now, so that's a +1 total. With your bonuses, with the complication penalty, because we're keeping.
Then that would be a grand total of 12.
That's
Woo!
3 successes right there. All right. So
Fucking right.
Go, Robin Hood.
3 rounds. Yes, that time is when you got all. I don't know how many shots would go in a round.
Depends on the clip. Normally competition are 6, and it scores like archery does.
Ah. So yeah, I'm going to say all 6 of that round specifically were dead on the red.
Yellow?
Yellow, whatever
Yellow.
the center
It
one.
depends on
Yellow's the
target.
center.
But that doesn't rhyme.
That depends on the target, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Dead on the ground.
But
Shout
yeah.
out ones with blue centers.
So you got 4 successes. Next round. Apparently now they're not so much in an uproar to try and jide him. They're in an uproar because holy crap, the sharpshooter's up. Yeah.
Even we are like, oh.
But now it comes back around to him, so now he needs help again.
So
Unless
The
you can think of
other-
a different way to try and to quiet the crowd, that might be a different skill check. You can always
Do
propose
we
a
need it
different one.
quiet or do we need it positive?
Probably
it's hard to say.
quiet.
the other people in the stands,
Mm-hmm.
are these like just regular bleachers, like the metallic
I assume so.
stepping
Yeah.
bleachers? Okay. I think because Marshall did so well, and they're like, I assume they're talking smack or whatever.
Oh, they're not even talking smack. They're just like, holy crap, it's this guy up now.
Okay.
And into the ego, but basically the murmurs are growing into, this is the thing that requires golf level of silence.
Okay. So yeah, I'll take that disrespect of murmurs, and I want to try and stealth my way over there and intimidate them.
Interesting. I'm going to say the stealth will just be a given.
Okay.
Mostly because so we don't overcomplicate it with rolls on rolls, but also
Right.
because it's unassuming Harrison in a crowd.
It's,
Right.
Yeah, and it's
Yep.
bleachers during like a sports meet thing.
Yep.
That thing where like you know how you can feel when a charismatic person walks around, and like it's the thing where the sociopath is able to turn that off, and therefore it's just kind of like there, and you never really notice they were near you, kind of a deal. So very similar to how she disappeared into the fire extinguisher fog. So my hope is that Keri doesn't even notice, but it's a it's
I
like
can roll
I
for
was gonna say,
that.
if you two want to resolve that on your own after you do the assist rolls, go right ahead. But just do
Okay.
your assist rolls first.
Yeah.
So you can
Got it.
supplement intimidation instead of spirit, just straight up. If you're just
Could
trying to
I-
glare down the crowd still, spirit at -2 or
We'll
persuasion.
see what this
I
is
wanted
first.
to take the porcupine quill and see if I could use fighting by like slowly kind of maybe just like pushing it into the small of somebody's back a little and
That
just
might elicit more youches than
okay, like
fire.
I mean I've got just to let them know I was there. I mean I've got pencils, I've got a marker, I've got whatever, but you know, just to sort of like a you're supposed to be, you know, like just like right there. You're supposed to be quiet
Okay,
while
so
they're
you're being
shooting.
gentle with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So still,
I'm not
They'll
I'm not
probably
murdering
think
someone.
you have a weapon.
I was gonna say, wait a second. Do we even have
They
intimidation?
might
I have to double check
shout
savage
about
rolls.
that.
I don't know if there's intimidation. I was basically trying to find a way to use fighting.
That might be the next best thing, because
There is an intimidation.
there is intimidation. Sorry.
Don't. Okay.
So intimidation would be the most appropriate thing then for that.
All right. We'll ignore the weapon. Then I'll just say that, but in the most chilling.
But still,
way
yeah,
I can.
Intimidation. Yep.
Okay, but so I'll just do this, which ends up being the same
It's
roll.
the same.
Still, it's fun. It's different.
Okay. Okay. So 4.
All right. So that's a +1, and then
I ain't got shit.
all right. But still that +1, and then you have the +1 from being an athlete.
So it's even?
So you're even right now.
Alright.
Okay. In that case, it is 9 and I expended a Benny.
Okay, good. That's fine.
That's what I should have done.
So you got 6 successes total out of 5, and we still have 2 rounds left to see if you take home the gold, essentially.
Do you want to roll your notice against my stealth?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Go for that.
Oh come on!
10?
Nah. 4.
I don't say anything. I don't let you know I know.
Okay. So you thought you were stealthy. All right. Finally, the
I always
crowd's
have been.
But yes, finally it's diamonds. The crowd is quiet, so you don't have anything to assist with. What you did finally seemed to kind of work. So roll just straight shooting with your +1 for being an athlete.
Wait, plus, yeah, 5.
Alrighty, that's another success, bringing you up to 7. The degrees of success just keep on going, and finally, again, the crowd is calm for your last round.
They learned.
They learned.
They were
You know what?
told.
I know I've already fully succeeded,
Uh-oh.
but I really want to spend another Benny.
It's up to you.
You can.
Yeah,
If you're trying to go for that 8, because it's every 4, right?
every 4, yes.
9.
Nice. So that's 9 successes total.
Cool, so we're 1 above.
You only needed 5.
Right, so we're 1 above, because we got 4
Oh,
more.
4 more than 5. Yeah.
Yeah, you got 4. That's not. You got.
Oh,
This is-
I have
I
9
thought it was also
successes
for
out of
this.
5
Yes.
successes.
You got 9 successes.
Perfect.
total.
9 out of 5.
I just didn't know
Yeah,
if that counted
no
as an
worries.
extra thing, because 4 above also.
We're
No,
in Texas, and
it's
a
an
9 to
interesting way
5 is what we
phrase
call a Dolly Parton.
It's definitely an interesting way to think about that.
10.
I did not think about it that way. But still, Harrison, MVP of the team. Harrison. Wow. Marshall.
I'm honored.
Marshall gets
Y'all with
MVP.
nothing to lack.
Yeah. I'll go say
And everybody's afraid of both of us now.
yes.
Nice.
Because this is still a team thing where you have to put together all the points from the team, or is this still an individual? Okay. So-
Well, there's both. But
Okay, so there's both. So individually, you were actually best on the team. The team
needed that
itself
shit.
was only second by 2 points. So it was close. But
was I best performance in the?
you were best performance, just period, though.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a complete and total success. You peaked already. It was, you're doing good, kid. You just got to keep on. And yeah, the team's cheering you on. It's like, that was insane what you did in the second round there and all that. And it's cheers all around. Yes. Hats go up in the air, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you spent that took most of the day though, because it was a process of getting
yeah.
there, getting acclimated. All 60
how these things
people,
work.
yeah, all 60 people have to take their time going, yeah, something like that. Yeah, you have a fun 28th. It's a good time. Yeah, Marshall, what's your acceptance speech in the locker room? They give you the game-winning bullet.
The game boy.
It's just a little crush thing. Now I know y'all did your best. But unfortunately, y'all can't be me. However, if you put in the work, you can at least get to this level. And I know all y'all got it in you.
All right,
Now you
Law, you
heard.
don't gotta go that cheese. They're
Yes, I do.
cheering you on, but also
Yes,
like,
I do.
Yes, I do.
come on, Law.
Coach said I did.
I've been on this team for 4 years. You don't gotta talk down to me like that. Yeah, you did good. You did really good today. Do it again next time. Then you can do it.
No problem.
All right.
Now you heard of me.
Just keep up.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna go home and practice right now.
Friendly
One-handed?
rivalry.
One-handed.
They're all actually one-handed.
Yes, they are. Actually.
Y'all,
Everyone on the team's one-handed?
No,
well, you can only shoot with one hand.
I'm just
Yeah.
being obnoxious. I'm sorry.
no, it's fine.
And because it's
Yeah.
it's 22s, there's no kick.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, alcohol is actually performance enhancing when it comes to precision shooting.
Yep. I didn't know that one.
Because it's like there is a one drink and you're just relaxed enough. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can't go
Depends
in
on who makes
slosh.
you drink.
Yeah, you can't go in sloshed going, all right, go hit the
Yes, I
targets."
can.
No, but it's apparently like, yeah, if you have one drink and no, you're trying to dope essentially.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's neat.
I would like to name this episode Game Bullet.
Game bullet. Go for it.
Despite, it being like 3 minutes.
Worth it.
Mm-hmm.
9 successes takes a
Takes
red.
time, yeah. So, but so by the time the team gets back, by the time you all get back from whichever like 3 hours away place you had to go to, because that's probably the nearest college is there, because it's Texas.
I know this feel.
Yep. And it's end of the day. So do you all want to wait until Halloween, or do you want to go in slightly earlier to try and do this thing?
Do we want to wait till Halloween or do we want to go slightly early?
Dude, I'm riding high.
Didn't Jackson say it depends on if the spirit's angry or something? I don't know.
She passed a little before Halloween, though, didn't she?
Nah, spring semester don't matter.
I mean, I guess we could.
Ask Jackson.
You can text him,
I can.
please. Sorry, that was.
I know you're fine. I guess I'll text Jackson the name.
You up?
No, I will not text Jackson you up. I would rather die. I'll text him Nina Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Know anything? Maybe part of fuck it go. The Protectors.
She goes, or
yeah,
she
that's
ghost, duh. Roost ghost, yeah. Good to know. Seance needs name or location or both. So easier with name. Protector. And I was gonna say shruggy face hasn't been invented yet, so it's just question marks.
School club mid 40s, 44 to 48,
I ain't
with
that
the
old.
apostrophes before the thing.
This pains me.
I ain't
Yeah, I
that
know.
old.
I'm suffering. Sometimes you text like it.
LOL.
Broken heart emoji. LOL.
Secret Society, maybe? Need to find a good copy of the 1947 book.
Are you texting and driving?
No?
I just didn't know. You don't want to
Cool. Good luck. No clue about yearbooks. Besides library. Old people. Don't know too many old people besides Glenn Mack, but he's He's not that old. Winky face.
How old is he?
You can tell he's not 40. He's not having been in college in the 40s old. Just by looking at him.
Had to try.
Yeah.
Not
like
a spry chicken anymore.
He's not a spry chicken, but he's definitely not old.
80.
And
Yeah.
he's not 80. He does definitely have the ghost hunter's white hair, though.
He calls it ghost gray.
Exactly.
Um,
Also, when we huntin',
I would vote for Halloween just because, again, the cliches for a reason. Thought, and if you're looking for the most powerful fun, just
sorry, when we huntin', said the text from Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I
Just making
figured.
sure. Yeah.
I assume like she's looking over my shoulder and I'm showing the text message kind of a deal. Harrison thinks Halloween, comma, you think Nina's angry?
Maybe construction not liked, or sending message and not angry. 50-50.
we got a zoning code ghost. Those are the worst.
No.
The ocean
Got
ghost.
a useless TA. Those are the worst. Can you get us into the building?
Can open. Security seems consistent. 2 guards, but they roam. So probably get in, but no clue how stealthy we can be.
Probably Halloween.
We can be stealthy.
We can be stealthy.
Okay.
So
Yeah, let's plan for Halloween and I'm gonna go to the library, I guess.
All right. I was gonna say, what else are we doing before Halloween and all that?
In a Halloween costume.
All right. What's everyone's
true.
Halloween costume?
I'm Oogie Boogie.
Okay. Good.
yes,
Fuck yeah.
can't believe my eyes.
You're joking me. You've got to be. This can't be the right guy.
Oh,
He's
God, what
ancient. He's ugly.
would Harrison be for Halloween? How have I not thought of this?
Don't know which is worse. I might just put a seam if I don't die.
I think I would go as Freud because it's stupid and scary.
Good.
The Oogie Boogie and Freud.
Yup.
I guess part of me wants Harrison to go on Halloween with no costume. Like, she's the one that didn't dress up, but she's a major in set design. So
Yep.
she definitely, I'm trying to think of, like, all the things that she would read through.
If anyone was gonna dress up, it should have been her.
Yeah. She's gonna go as, like, cannot remember the name of it, but just,
Harrison, you should go as the Needler.
it's a personal interpretation. Just go ahead and talk us through while I look up the name of this thing.
That's fine. I'll do your research first, because when the 31st comes around, Jackson is not a creative type. He has the Myers mask, but it's a very new Michael Myers mask bought in the store the day before, so it doesn't really it doesn't have the same effect as the actual one. He's in the jumpsuit, doesn't have a knife, not allowed on campus. He has he has a pocket
Just a
knife.
kitchen knife.
Yeah, he has a pocket knife. That's okay, but the kitchen knife, no, that's you can't be openly wielding it.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. But you'll know that when the time comes. But yeah, if you need to do research between now and then, what do you need to look up?
Yeah. So I guess going back to the library, we look for yearbooks first, I think.
The library, unfortunately, is where you learned that the 47 yearbook has that one weird, like, damaged picture from whatever book that was donated. At least of the protectors, you think.
Are there any locals who would own a yearbook from 47 that I might ask to look through for a quote-unquote school project? Because this is definitely technically a school project.
It would be, but...
Because I'm sure that the one in the library has like a names, and I could look up who lives in the town pretty easily.
Okay. Yeah. You can end up looking through the names, and unfortunately, it comes out to mostly moved away, dead, 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 moved away, moved away. What's his face is still in town. I got it. Clayton.
Creighton.
Creighton. Creighton is the only one who's still in town. Although also some of the names just don't come up with anything and whatnot. So I'm not gonna say you don't get a definitive dead or moved away. There's definitely
Right.
like still gonna be, there's still some that's like dropped off the face of the earth.
I couldn't find the one I was thinking of, but I'll say that Harrison comes like dressed as a historically accurate Medusa. Like with her long hair is actually each one is braided into like a snake head with a little snake head prop tied on the end.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
So you actually get to see, her entire face. And it's long like the rest of her, and it's kind of got a long jawline, but it's very can't think of the right word.
Tapered.
Like maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
Gaunt. It's very gaunt. Not like
Okay.
drastically gaunt, but just more in. And she has very sharp features, and big eyes, and it's right. And again, it kind of just highlights the length of everything else. And very aware that you can now see how big her eyes are, and so she's covering it up with a snake occasionally, and still have the big oversized jacket over everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, to be fair, Marshall has the king of the oversized costumes though with the Oogie Boogie.
Oh, it's fantastic. Is it like homemade, or is it just like one of those inflatable dinosaurs where it's oversized? Like
Homemade, like, burlap sacks.
yeah.
Nice.
Nice. A lot of just fluff in there or something.
Mm-hmm.
I would also try and look for any articles or reports or speculation or anything on Nina's death, and also John.
Excuse me. So that one again, since we got days between now and then, I'll give that to you that you're able to find out the basics of this. Where there is speculation, some sort of that she died on the emblem, on the Raven. That's where her body was found. But again, every time it mentions body, it never mentions what state it's in or what happened. Anything that is published seems to be very vague in that regard. And John, boating accident. There's a little, I forgot what the lake is called, but there's definitely a lake near Pine Box, so that'd be wherever that happened. It would have been a little bit after that.
Huh. Like a few days or
A couple weeks.
One of my things I got over the semester was access to the history wing. Is that different than the library?
That might, unfortunately, I'm not sure that's going to give you local history as much as
Okay.
it'd be a great resource for anything, any other historical context of a major,
Literally anything except what I need.
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's literally anything
okay.
except what you need. Unless like, because part of the thing is like, would there even be occult history books in there? Like, it could be like some sort of cultural thing.
Yeah, like the study of it in culture, maybe like mythology and
Yeah, or like a Native American presence records might still be in there or something like.
That's right. He did mention Indian burial ground. Maybe I can dig into that aspect a little bit.
Yeah, that one's going to take, that one you're going to try, so that one roll investigation for, because that one's going to be harder to parse through. Might take it till after Halloween, because it's just, there's a lot.
Oh, okay.
Because you're not just looking up books and going, oh, What is this? The Native American book? Let's open it up. No,
I
it's
guess I would.
cross-referencing like movements of tribes after where
Yeah,
the geographic location is, using a reference of where the
Yep.
river once was, but it shifted.
Yeah, when this was built and what was there before it, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Fair.
All right, so I wouldn't dig into that if it was going to be longer than Halloween, but
Well, that's what the investigation roll is for. You succeed,
Okay.
you'll be able to find it. You don't succeed, it's going to take longer, but you'll
Okay.
eventually find it.
yeah, I'm good at this, so maybe.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Okay, so yeah, it only takes you just 1 day's worth of getting graph paper out, just trying to figure out where everything once was, and the Trail of Tears might have gone through here. Like this was right on the trail. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry. But yeah, so
Awful. It is awful.
it is an awful thing, and that's also so not so much a burial ground, but suffering and various other unfortunate things. And unfortunate is the understatement of the year, but
Yeah.
that happened to go through
Right.
here. So you can't get like a total number of like exactly this many Native Americans died here. No, but you can easily make the educated guess of, oh yeah, this might have been a
Wait.
Some shit.
yeah.
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 How old is Mr. Stevens?
Mr. Stevens is about I was gonna say he would be old enough for the 40s. He's definitely in his 80s. So he was born in the Depression era. His outfit, or not outfit, his house screams, yes, I was raised in the Depression.
As do his caramels.
As do his caramels.
So I might give him a call just to see if he knew Nina or John or anything about the protectors, referencing, quote, my friend who's into that stuff.
Okay. For him, it's more of a... Well, I'm trying to remember. That was 60-some years ago. I was a young lad. I didn't go to college. I went straight into the family business. Well, what became the family business? I made it a family business by following what my dad set up, or at least was a part of, and then I made something bigger because of that.
Tell us the whole story again.
More or less,
Probably.
it's halfway told. But... So, the unfortunate thing was I'm not from around here. My dad is from about 2 hours south, so we're in the area, in the Texas area, but like I do not know the greater goings on of Pine Box until I moved here, because I couldn't rightly run what my dad was a part of. That'd be that would have been weird. I didn't want to say, Dad, I'm your boss now. As much as he might have been proud of me, thinking back, but at the time I did not want to try and step on any toes. So I came up to Pine Box, which had it was the 50s, I think. There wasn't really excess need for the graveyard, I guess. I think this was already established by then. But we still, we had there was the opening. That's what it was. Pine Box had the opening here, and that's why I was able to kind of move up in here. I didn't have to like work from the ground up per se, but I came and said I had qualifications. I lied, but I said I had the qualifications, and they believed me, and I did my job.
Now you do.
Yeah,
Amen to that.
So that's why you just gotta have confidence in what you do. And also not tell people, but anyone that would get me in trouble is dead anyway, because they were older than me back then. So,
You know I ain't gonna tell anyone.
Oh, you too kind. Yeah, feel
he
free
said
to
he
come
came
on.
up in the 50s.
I came up in the 50s, so it was after the fact of whatever you may or may not be researching into. I don't know that in character, but the graveyard's been around for longer than that, though. So, I mean, if you ever need to come by during the daytime, get some rubbins or whatever you do with the names and the log, yeah, go for it.
Much appreciated.
Oh, it's free to come by. Just, I was going to say, it was an ambulance.
No, they're
couple sirens. It happens.
They're onto us, grave robbing.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
They're going by your dorm window at this point in time because it's coming up on Halloween weekend, and the
Both
parties
of
us.
are starting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Um,
you're gonna hear tomorrow that there was a big breaking up at one of the frats, that they had to, a couple people got arrested for underage drinking. You know, all the classics.
Yeah.
But yeah, you come up
Um,
at any time and just bring some flowers if you can. There's some graves that really need them.
Oh, absolutely. I like bringing rocks that people painted. It stays longer, it don't die, and they're still pretty.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to bring that up next time. See, I want to see one of the kids they want to paint them rocks or something like that. That sounds cool.
Mhm.
All right, well, it's fun. It was sweet talking to you. Come up
Always
anytime.
nice.
Yeah.
Mhm. Um, huh. I wonder. So, do places? Here's a question. Graveyards have like lists of names for all of the people there, right?
It's probably in the house. He has a book, most likely.
Okay, I'll mention that then to the group as a possibility. I'm not sure if that's where anybody important was buried, but we could always check.
well, I mean,
Sure
we could
don't hurt.
maybe not with Nina, but because if nobody, there's all this vague information on how she died. I wouldn't think she'd be. Well, she might be in the grave. I don't know, but if John just died of a boating accident, maybe.
Yeah. I wonder if any of their protectors died mysterious.
Ironic.
Incredible.
Yeah. Did you have anything else?
I don't think so.
I know we're running against the clock a little bit, but I just wanted to.
That's okay.
I'm gonna ask my dad, like on the way out,
Mm-hmm.
if he's there. If he's not there any of the mornings until Halloween, I get it. But
He might be probably in the process of making brunch, whatever it is he rolled out of bed to.
yeah, just sort of like on the way out. I've got the craft bag. When you were in school, did they mention anything about the protectors or
Sounds
Yeah,
like
Nina-
a Power Rangers thing or something.
or Nina Castle? I know you were around the gym a lot, so just things had come up around Halloween, and I just
I could see some logic in that, but nah, not personally, no.
okay.
No one
Okay.
really ever brings something like that up. I mean, usually all the talks about the college or the goings on of the Sweetheart Society or whatever that is, that big business that's popped up. And that'd be that would be a common knowledge thing that everyone would know. Internships are it's a research institution that usually has a lot of interns from the college go there. I'm double checking the name to make sure I got that right, but I believe it was either Sweetheart Society or it's Sweet Home. It's Sweet
What
something.
type of research?
Medical.
Ah.
Yep. So cancer drugs, all that good stuff.
Okay, I just didn't know if the name
Yep.
would
The
ring
Sweetheart
a bell.
Foundation is what it's called, and yeah, that's a big.
Gotcha.
It's a like I said, big thing. Everyone here who would know about it because it's the whole come to ETU. We have connections with this medical research place that you could then get into.
Hi,
And then when you-
I'm from Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville Tech and Prisma Health. Nice to meet you.
Yep. Same thing.
Exactly what it is. Yeah, Temple. Temple. There.
Same exact thing. So there's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be a big bio program here just because of that business or that thing that's been here since the '80s. But it's it's always been trying to get all the drugs all patented or whatever, or not patented. Yeah, whatever that is. I was gonna say I took pharmacology. I remember reading into the patent process, and that was kind of screwy. Because you can patent it during any point in your research point, but as soon as you patent it, you have 7 years to make money. After that 7 years, then it becomes public. But if you patent it at the start of the research process and the research takes 5 years, then you get 2 years of profit. Or if you wait till the end of the research period, and then it's like, all right, I'm about to reset, someone else just patented it. SOL. Yes.
The yeah, I'll just sort of, okay. I just didn't know. I knew that
Yeah.
you had a little no knowledge that maybe others didn't. In
Yeah, but it doesn't. I was gonna say. I know you're not asking about the years, so I can't go. I'm not that old. But it's
yeah,
more
just
like, yeah.
just asking if like basically I'm asking if he got into any trouble. I assume he was a troublemaker in high school and college, so if he knew any of the. She gets her interests naturally, so it's
Yeah.
like I'd like maybe he got into kind of the same stuff.
As much as he might have gotten into the same stuff, he definitely just. I was gonna say protectors and whatnot. No, he
Yeah.
immediately thinks it's Power Rangers or something.
And
Eh.
like I'll open the door and then I'll make sure to grab the jacket off the hook and just kind of envelop him, disappear in it essentially.
Oh yeah, I mean he's gonna one of his closing or his comments out the door is something along the lines like, I mean, someone protected me and the boys once, but that was just because we hit a deer. He protected us, and they protected
Kinda
us
like
from the sheriff, and it was like
Slide. I don't want to slide back in. That's a Jacob thing to do. Harrison just sort of stops and like,
yep. He's
Lets
just,
the mumbling continue.
just mumbling and go on about like, I mean, yeah, me and the boys after one of the games way back in high school, we got a 40. We're sharing that and driving around, and I mean, the deer that we ran over. Someone else came by someone else was apparently must have been hunting it or something in the area. Was just going on about like how we don't need to worry about it and all that stuff. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, we didn't worry about it. Right? It was just strange that he was on there. We never did find the deer, but I mean, whatever that is and all that.
do you remember his name? The person, not the deer.
He didn't give us a name. He didn't give us a shit. No, we asked to be polite, Ed asked to be polite, or our umpire, or one of our basemen, or something like that. You remember from the team and all that, but yeah, nah, he was all just like, nah, it's. The only thing I remember is I think I hated his guts.
Okay,
He felt like he was better than us. He knew more than us, or something. Pompous asshole.
Do you
Watch your beagle, Mac.
do you remember where? That's the last question. I promise.
Marshal sent to the past.
Marshall is ageless.
Fuck the night. I know I'm gonna get highway names wrong because I can only think of like the local ones, like it's going on the I-90 or something. I mean, no, we were young. We were going around the back roads. We weren't gonna be on the fucking highway for that. Crap. So.
That's okay.
You're welcome. Whatever.
And yeah, so I'll go back out there. Dad, it's nice having you home. And I'll just go before there's a response. Like just slam it, not a slam, but just let the screen door close
on its own.
What goes?
Yep. You get out before any of that. Good. Any last preparations before the roost? Besides Halloween, or besides costume preparations?
I would probably text Jackson location the Raven.
Time?
I mean, that's where she died.
Oh.
There's way too many.
Way too many O's. No H at the end either, so it's more like ooh.
Oh, it's like lower capital, lower capital, lower capital.
So, knowing both will help talk. And or knowing name, location will help talk. And Halloween, what time? After dark, of course.
Meet up, insert common area that we can all go to here. Around 7 to plan, hope your costume's good.
Mine is spooky. Evil smiley face.
An open scoff from over your shoulder.
I don't think I'm gonna answer that one.
All right. So we'll set the scene before we head off, which is, everyone meets up with their various costumes, and Jackson's looking around at the other three, and you're all going, oh. Like, his jumpsuit's authentic, at least. Not from
This
Elman's or
spooky
whatever.
out spirit Halloween.
Look, I don't have all the time in the world to make a costume. Those are damn impressive. Even the burlap sacks make it just authentic, I guess.
Yeah.
It is very good.
Uh-huh. No, and that hair must take forever.
Oh. I made the snakes a few years ago. The hair does take some.
Very nice. All right, excellent. Well, and you all meet up with your costumes. We just got to get past whatever security's there, and then we'll be able to, well, as long as they don't come investigating, you guys should be able to do whatever you need to do. You got all
You
the
saying
ingredients?
You guys, like, you're not staying?
Oh, I'm staying. I'll help, but I won't keep a lookout.
Or
Well,
I mean, I can try and help too, or if someone else
said-
wants to look out.
he said in the first episode or second episode that, like, the security recognizes him. Like, he's got
A
a,
little bit, yeah.
not a rep, but
thus the mask.
hey, it's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. Mask, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I did say bring a good. I hope your costume's good.
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna. He comes down with he gets over to you all with the mask up, and then he pulls it down. It's like,
Okay.
they'll
Yeah.
never know.
Sure. I point at the same sneakers he wears every day.
Oh, look, they're not. People don't look at your feet first when you meet someone, right?
He just looks over at Keri and Marshall.
That's right.
Yeah. See, they're not gonna. They'll look for the costume, not my shoes. Plenty of people have these shoes, I think.
I'm gonna stop. Keri's gonna stop herself from saying out loud the 5 very noticeable differences between, like, that are on his shoes specifically. Like, actually, the one egglet on the right shoe is half torn, and there's a paint drippings on this other one in this spot, and I'm just not gonna say a word.
Fluorescent paint to try and get the ghosts to show
Yeah.
up. Yeah. But he's just. No.
I'm gonna just leave it. Yep.
So all right. The 4 of you show up, and by the time you can keep an eye out long enough that the guards do roam, and there's an opening enough that the front door itself, or actually where you all entered for freshman orientation, the doors themselves are actually wide open.
How convenient.
Not a light is on inside though. So as soon
Do we
as
need light?
you might need light, you don't necessarily need it, but it might be good. But when we think of that, it's just you all standing before the roost again in your various costumes,
Hell
and
yeah.
then a lightning strike goes across the sky, lights it up briefly. It's Halloween. Time for seance. For next time.
Next time.
For next week.
Dragon
Of course, that makes me lie in the tweet when I was like, "Oh, we're gonna seance tonight."
Yeah.
But no, this is all fun stuff.
Got him!
You
Got
should
'em.
know not to believe us by now.
I know. But it's always the fun of, all right, I'm prepped for this, and then like the start of the next thing. All right, I don't have to do that much prep.
Like, yeah, okay, I prepped for like 1 or 2 sessions. We'll wrap this up in session 5 or so, 6.
Yep.
Exactly.
Mood.
All right. We will see you all next Tuesday, where we try and commit a seance
For real this
for
time.
real this time.
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, they make you distracted. It's like, wait, we need a flashlight. Let's go back to Home Depot and
15 minutes later.
Let's
So
retcon
lockers,
a lot of research.
the types of lockers they used in the 40s compared to the 07, 15 minutes later.
it's a fire hazard in the lockers. Every time
I
you
looked
opened
up
it,
the
it sparked.
construction history, and I found the building plans.
Ah, yes. Well, we need to walk the new building plans so you can overlay them with the old ones. Make sure
Marshall's
all
just
gaps-
standing in the gym.
it's just like it's a werebear just sitting up on stage or something like that.
It's like,
I'm hungry. All right.
good
So,
stuff.
yes, we will see you all for that in
Next
a week's time. Until then,
Stay on soon.
no Benny for that one.
Damn, so.
But yes, good night, good luck, goodbye.
Yep.